Hello, mother, wonderful mother. But I'm streaming, so I can't talk. Can I call you in a little bit? Okay. Love you, mom. Bye. Sorry, my beautiful mother called. All right. Hola. Hola. Hold on just 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, of course I'm a mama's boy. Of course I am. I love my mom. She's all I had for a parent. My mom's friggin' awesome. All right, I may or may not have found a DDoS vulnerability at on an upcoming endpoint at Netflix. So I do have to like look at my chat every now and then because I'm curious if people are gonna be like, "Hey, what the hell?" Okay, no one's responded to my thing. Okay, whatever. All right, well, let's do this, people. You guys ready to do this? You guys ready to do this? I hope you know that I'm ready. Hold on. First time, let's see. You're welcome, Salty Arch. You're welcome. All right, hold on. Just making sure everything's good. All right, everything I believe is good. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. I gotta make sure I got the next. I want a good. I kind of want a good next song. You know what I mean? There we go. That is coding love for $5. We're not screaming $5 a month, okay? Hey, Sergeant Poppycock, I didn't even hear this happen. Did I just completely miss that? Well, thank you, Sergeant Dr. Poppycock. Sorry that I'm like, sorry, I'm totally distracted right now. Sorry, I didn't have like, my bad, okay? My bad. Team, my bad. My bad. Thank you for the love. We're gonna do some tech time. You know, I just realized I totally did I do the wrong title? Have I done the wrong title? I think I've done the wrong title for today. I think I did the wrong title. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Hey, hi, hey, hi, hey, hi. Hey, hi, you. I touched it. You should touch it. Por qué? Touch it. Hey, Elijah, how you doing? Drizzle day, isn't it? It's not drizzle day. That would be like more like Monday. Oh gosh, where is it? Why am I not here? See, I swear I'm not hearing them.
Welcome to Costco.
Okay, well there's Sergeant Poppycocks, which means that.
Welcome to Costco.
What?
I love you.
Is going? Was that somebody else? Nice sauce. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, Defy Us All. It turns out it just came in late. I'm not sure what happened there, but that was terrifying. Finishing up the week with double dose of Jismal. You gotta Jismal hard. You know, that's what I've been telling that to my boys for a while now. You know what I mean? I really liked this YouTube video, and I clicked it. What YouTube video is that? I'm not clicking no YouTube video. Last time I clicked on a YouTube video, I just raw dogged a YouTube video. Kid you not. Bob's right in the YouTube video. Bertrand, my mod. Tech me, daddy. Yeah, I'm working on it, okay? Oh, wow, the music is really low. There you go. Good morning, Prime. Why I stream and the future of Twitch. Oh, yeah. That was a good one. Okay, so real talk, I'm thinking about doing a YouTube-only stream. Like once a week. What do you think? Illuminati? You know, like just taking like some Asmon Gold advice.
I love you.
You know what I mean? Like a little bit of Asmon Gold advice, which is, can you program drunk? Yeah. I mean, it's just not, I mean, I'm just me, but more shitty. Once a week, too little. No. Idea seems fine. You know, just to kind of like throw something up there. You know what I mean?
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Exclusively on youtube.com/ThePrimeagen. Ted W, thank you very much. Some Prime
Welcome
for the Prime.
Costco.
Hey, thank you, Ted W.
I love you.
And Mick Mobitz, thank you very much. Do you think it would be great if it compiles directly? Do I think TS would be great? Yo, Moodikins. Hey, how you doing, by the way? Hey, Moodikins, I know some people that are working here in South Dakota, Rapid City, that are interns from...
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
From your school. Just to let you know. I'm going to go meet them and go give them a rah-rah speech. I'm very excited about it. And Mix, thank you very much. I'm primed and ready. Hell yeah, girl. Just stream working out, dude. You don't want this. You don't want this body streamed working out. You don't want this, okay? You don't want to feel bad about yourself. All right? You know what I mean? When yoga pants arc, not sure. Hey, Hexavagine, thank you very much for the 1,000 biddies. That's we like to call this in the industry some tickled biddies and or a full rack, right? We have a bunch in the office in the Summer of Mines as well. Oh, really? Nice. Back in the kind of $5 a month club. Nice. Hey, cuties. Oh, well, hey, Captain Pang. How you doing? Finishing my first week in NeoVim. Oh, nice. Idea. Rust,
Welcome
WebSocket, reverse proxy.
I love you.
I see what you're trying to say. What are your thoughts on React server components? Are they the shittiest invention? I'm not sure what that is. Why are people yelling it is a really good question to me. Hey, first-time chatter. Oh, hi. I'm making a calculator with methods in C# language, but I'm getting an error. I could not solve it. I just started the code that I made for an exercise. Thanks for the update, buddy. I genuinely appreciate that. Here's the deal. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe you exist. I believe you have hands that can figure it out. And you have a mind that can figure it out. So go get him, Tiger. The quality culture are often products of developer disobedience. I feel bad because this Mohammed guy, I have most certainly, I've read a few of his articles, and you know,
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
You know, you should be a Hollywood actor. How could you do that to me, Carla? How'd I do? See, look at me. That was me being offended. How'd I do? Could I, do you think I could be an actor?
Welcome to
Big
Costco.
fan of you. Well, thank you.
I love
Holy
you.
shit, 2 years. Okay, how am I supposed to check this out? This is just like the world's longest article. Is that? You'd be an amazing
Welcome to
soap opera
Costco.
person.
I love you.
Gasp in Spanish. How'd I do? Bob the Builder. Hey, Prime. Bonsoir, Prime. I hope you are doing good. Your latest YouTube video is great. Keep sending us the love and code. Yeah. An actor in the Office Office Space remake. I could do that. If you know, the thing is that Hollywood should totally get a real coder to do some of the Office Space stuff. Like, really, you could put me as like a complete side role. You know what I mean? Maybe some Grinch acting. Yeah. Yeah, I could probably do some Grinch. You know what I mean? I could smile like the Grinch. Somebody has a case of the Mondays. My hair routine, I don't. Will you react to Theo's video today? I don't know. I'm scared to watch it. Okay, I'm scared. I have not watched it. Because there's two things that I'm going to take away. Either I'm going to love his video or I'm going to hate his video. And I don't like to be mean to anybody. I'm not a mean guy. You know what I mean? I appreciate Theo. You know, I like Theo. I actually like hanging out with Theo. Theo's a great guy. You'll love it. He speaks well of you. Yeah, he speaks well of me. I speak well of Theo too. You know, that's the thing is there's all these people that get like super, you know, bent out of shape about people, right? There's like a whole crowd of Theo's people that when I say something, they're just like, yeah, you know what? You, Theo's Godmaster Randy Savage. You're just a script ass bitch. You know, it's just like, damn, slow down, buddy, okay? And then on the other side, if I say something jokingly to Theo, people are like, you know what, Theo, and you're just like, dude, shut
Welcome
up,
to Costco.
just
I love
stop.
you.
Like, you know, Theo and I are just our buddies. That's all there is to it. I like Theo. You know, the thing is like I've said this before. When you meet Theo in real person time, like in IRL, great guy. Theo's a great guy. He's been honestly a very, very good friend. And I mean that in the most sincere way. You can meet people in
Welcome to
IRL?
Costco.
Absolutely.
I love you.
I wish Ken Wheeler streamed more. Yeah, I know. I try to get Ken Wheeler on the stream every now and then because he's genuinely funny. Theo just sold me his camera. Oh, well, that's very nice. I also want to get Adam.dev. I want to get more DAX, low-level learning. I'm trying to find more people, because like some of my, Theo's a cool dude, IRL. He is a really cool guy, IRL, for sure. Absolutely. I totally get why some people have a picture of him because they only know him from, like, Twitter, which Twitter's like if you looked at just me on Twitter, you'd think I'm a full-on asshole, right? Like, real talk. I would be like the biggest asshole in the universe. Like this right here, this is like asshole level, right? People would just think I'm just some sort of edgelord, meme lord, something, right? And so don't gauge yourself. Don't gauge yourself by, don't gauge yourself by Twitter. You know what I mean? And actually, true pipe. It's also I'm an edge lord for sure. No, I'm an edging lord. Okay, I'm lord of the edges. Okay, I know how to get right there, but I go over. New Boston would be awesome to have on. That name sounds so dang familiar. The tier list is actually useful. The tier list was fun as shit to make. Being a meme lord is a privilege. This stream, I need now. My day job sucks, but I need to stay 1 year longer than do it. The Edgigen. More like the Graph Lord. Wow, Twitter boomer. Okay, damn, son. Damn, how dare you put VS Code in B tier, you heathen? It's not in B tier. It's if I have to tier. Okay? Theo blocked me for not agreeing with him. I would like to see what you had to say. Can you retrieve that tweet? Because here's the deal. People say things. People say like, oh, like, dude, I recently had somebody, I forgot who it was. I want to say it was Jonathan Blow. And he was just like, Jonathan Blow said something, then I said something, and then someone responded with, well, why would, Jonathan Blow's not interested in conversation. He blocks anyone that disagrees. And so then Jonathan Blow was like, present me the tweet. He actually read it. And then the guy presented the tweet, and it was like the most asshole tweet of all time. I'm like, no wonder he blocked you. Of course he did. I actually blocked the guy. Like, right afterwards, I even blocked him. Let's say you mentioned earlier about how a senior dev can do the most boring, tedious tasks. What are some tips to power through those tasks? There's no. See, that's your problem right there. Your last line is your problem. Don't. Your job is not to make them funner. They're boring. Okay? Either automate it away or power through it.
Welcome to Costco.
You just have to man them nuts up. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if that's an appropriate phrase these days. But you gotta toughen up. You know what I mean? Like you gotta get after it. You can't just you can't try to make something fun that's inherently unfun. You know what I mean? You got to inherently try to make it such that you can automate it away. The unfun part is what makes you motivated to make it into something up. Or to whatever. That phrase is fine. Well, the problem is that it doesn't make any sense to man up the nuts. You know what I mean? Like, that phrase doesn't make any sense. What is your conception of a junior tasks? Well, what I mean by that is, like, tasks that are boring. Let's just say, just think of any task that's repetitive and boring. You either automate it, you semi-automate it, or you just do it once. Like, if someone said, hey, go review these 12 sessions and tell me and categorize them. Right? There's like, all right, let me just go and I'll look at some data and, okay, yeah, this is what happened. Semi-automate it. You write a script to kind of grab a bunch of the information and organize it so you can just look at it and go, this happened, this happened, this happened. Full automation is like you got a Slack channel, it's posting to it, it's just doing it for you, it's just doing it by auto. You're even bucketing unknown events, right? Like there's levels of automation, you know what I mean? All right, here we go. Hey, by the way, thank you for exposing this whole thing. I think this is great. All right. Wait, this was your tweet? Or wait, hold on. Which one's your tweet? This one? That's not the tweet you made. That's already stating you blocked him. Is that the Alt F4? I don't have alerts up. The Alt F4. Well, look at that. Yo, Prime, we raid. Well, hello, Alt F4. Used Ansible and Netflix before? Yeah, baby. There you go. Shout it out. Alt F4, if you don't know, click that little button. It's fantastic. His name checks out. Yeah. I've been reading operating systems. Oh, nice.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
That scared me.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
What color's your Bugatti? The one that's parked at your mom's house is my color. Hey, Trench Toaster. I don't know what that was about, but thank you. And then Trench Toaster subscribes for the first time ever with Twitch Prime. The man drops a 50 bagger and then subscribes for free via Twitch Prime. The mind is blown. Damn, that is the greatest.
Welcome to Costco.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Karen. I think I may have found some senior management material. Okay, there's few people in this startup that I would trust with anything. We're talking like anything. Like, I don't even trust them to get bathroom ramen by themselves. Okay, I'm gonna hire an intern exclusively to serve bathroom ramen at this point. But man, this trench coat guy, I would love to see what he got underneath this trench. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Karen? I genuinely don't know what that last part meant. You know what I mean? I have no idea. You know what I mean? Hey, by the way, Pick. Hey, Pick. Hey, Pick. Hey, Pick. My ex said I didn't give her enough privacy. That's why she broke up with me. At least that's what it said in her diary.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Welcome to Costco.
You don't
I love
have
you.
to cheer bits for me to read that. No. No! I thought it was gonna be like, at least that's what I found from like the legal papers or something like that, but no, it went deeper. It went deeper that time. Thank you, Alta4, for the 47 effing months. That's so many months. Griff! Damn it, Griff! Hey, Griff, how you doing? Thank you very much for that. I am Kotska. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate Trench Toaster. Many appreciations. Augustine. Golems, how we doing, Prime? Oh, very good. Very good. Thank you, Pick, for that. This was the first time I clicked on this channel, and I was not able to hear this guy for more than 30 seconds. Absolutely unbearable style, especially in a programming channel. I'm going to read this article myself. Off. How to persuade my boss to install bathroom ramen. Hand him some bathroom ramen. Show him the way. Easy. Hey, A register. Appreciate the 5 gifted subs. Podshot, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime. PMSHooker. Hi. How you doing?
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
What? I make googly eyes all the time at new people. The hooker part had nothing to do with it. I swear. Thank you, Mantis. I appreciate it. Me and Karen, we've been going back and forth. By the way, I got some new stuff coming on the stream here soon. I hope you know the startup is in the middle of a renovation period. Thank you. Thank you very much. Brand new. Unpatched. Let's go. Hola, Prime. Oh, well, hola. What's the best IDE for high-value males? Testosterone? Too many arrows. Sorry. You've asked the question technically twice, if I'm not mistaken. There could be a third time. Do you have any recommendations where I can find a project that needs help on? OSS can be kind of difficult to begin with. I mean, You kind of answered it. If there's all OSS projects want help.
Welcome to Costco.
Play Diablo 4! Thank you, environment variable. Dick from the Pigeon. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Thank you, Dick. Appreciate that. Brian, what do you think about people being overemployed, especially in Swee? I'm technically overemployed right now, Dirk. Okay? I am. That. Let me tell you about why I'm overemployed. Look what I'm doing right now. You guys are paying my overemployed ass.
I love you.
To get on here and say words. Think about that for a second. All right, people, are you ready? Thank you. Frigadasra! What are the headphones you're using right now? Big headphones in the chat. AKG712S. Okay, they're the best headphones on the market. AKG712S. Okay, you gotta get that. You gotta get the S in there. Okay, Bajams.
Welcome
Look at those
Costco.
bad boys.
I love you.
They're good headphones. You know, you got to spend a lot on headphones.
Welcome to Costco.
And the reason why I bought these headphones
you.
specifically was because I needed to be able to hear myself, right? So there's no noise cancellation at all on these things. So they're kind of open back is what people call them. You know what I'm talking about? Your overemployment is not exactly secret with Netflix. Most people are lying. Yeah, with their 4 employers. I mean, that's all interesting, you know? To the NeoVim users, I need a new color theme. Yeah, go do it. Wait, or 6. I had the $700 one. When I bought it, it was $700. They've gone down in price. They're very nice. Semi-open back. Ah, that's interesting. So I like to be able to do that. Also, AKG headphones. They're great. Yeah, they're just good. They're just good. Yo. Oh, wait, people actually do more than one job? Maybe I should. No, I mean, you know what I mean? 7 ways to effectively micromanage your programmer. No way. 7 tips to successfully micromanage programmers. This seems so good. What do you know about the Czech Republic? LOL! That's what you're gonna come in with on your first talk ever. Like ever. You came in with that. You that's the thing you swing with? Pick. What do we do to him, Pick? Czech Republic got him. Called it. Hey, I just got fired from a TS React job and started reading Rust book to convince myself it's really hard, and it seems to be actually pretty easy peasy and really satisfying. What should I do now to start earning more money? Probably get a job, but I'm sorry that you got fired. Genuine truth. Sorry. Check these nuts. Oh, damn, Ant. See, Ant, this is why you're a mod, okay? You know things. You know, anyone that comes swinging in, they know things. Do you think it's a good or a bad thing that open source projects can get so big, like Firefox, that even contributors can't get involved without spending hours? I mean, why would that be bad? I mean, at some point, some project has to do that. He got your attention, though. I guess it was a success. It was. Was it a bad first message? Lol. Okay, you got to quit adding lol on the end of all your messages, okay? You just gave me little lol, not big lol. $5 a... Yes, it wasn't a bad first message. It just sent me confusing signals, you know what I mean? Because when you're just like, hey, what do you know about the Czech Republic? Like, what does that mean? I don't know what it means. I don't know what you're doing. Love you, Daddy. RMR. Oh, this man's hacking. I lost motivation to code. Where'd you last leave it at? Signal. Segmentation fault. Why is Vim so hard? It's not. Anything is only hard in
Welcome to Costco.
in the current moment. Everything's hard in the current moment. But the reality is that once you get past it, you look back and it's easy, right? Understanding how a function works, that was hard. Now it's easy, right? Things like, I don't like to use the term hard or easy because they're just so relative and they're kind of difficult to qualify correctly. Kakwan is greater than Vim.
Welcome to Costco.
Sure.
I love you.
Sure, you can say that. I mean, you can say a lot of stupid things, and no one's gonna get upset. It's challenging. Yes, challenging. Challenging. Why is Client so good? Because it's IntelliJ. They're, very talented developers. Max until DC. I'm not sure what that means. Blaze.
Welcome to Costco.
Oh, blaizee,
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Wait, I can't. Wait, what? I can't use this voice anymore? Karen. Like, I like using it.
Fine. I'm done. I won't use it again, Karen. I will not go in a deep voice, okay? I will not do. Did you just call me into your office while I was in your office? Karen, I honestly don't think you're making any sort of sense at this current moment, okay? You know, just let a man moan aggressively on Twitch, okay? How do I relax on PRs and be less pedantic about style and code quality? Dude, honestly, super simple. First off, just get something that does styling for you guys. Fail PRs, right? Style the repo once with some config. Shazam, move on.
Welcome to
Real
Costco.
talk, super simple. PR doesn't pass. You don't do like
Welcome to
pre-commit
Costco.
hooks like a
I love
jackass.
you.
You don't do pre-push hooks like a jackass. You just simply go and fail CI. That's it. It is that simple. Move the on, okay? Like just do it. Okay, it's that simple. Bear pair. Oh, damn. Hey, Porky Log, let's go. You know, Porky Log, I've never really read your name out loud. And now that I thought about it, one time when I was young, I didn't know how sunflower seeds worked. And I ate the sunflower seeds plus the shell. And your name reminds me what I had later on at the bathroom, where I learned I will never eat the shells again. It was like shitting a pine tree, okay? You have any idea what that's like? Have you ever shat a pine tree? Well, I did. I've never wanted to push and not push at the exact same time so hard. It was crazy. Hey, that was probably way too much information. I love you, thank you. Barbecue sunflower seeds at the bottom. Yeah, the whole. I probably exceeded some level of TOS just then. Lucio plus plus. Thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime. Why is it so hard to stop being addicted to random stuff? It's part of the fun of life as well, right? Wonder's a good thing, right? You shouldn't. Morning, my tiny-handed friend. Well, good morning, Bisco. Shitting pine cones. It is pine tree, really, when you think about it. The whole damn log. When are we gonna start working on shittier? I really do. What's the vertical mouse? Wait, what? What? I don't even know what you're trying to say. The ordinary Rena. Are you named after Rena from Elden Ring? Elden Ring. The game in which you get emotionally damaged. Nullius and Verbia, thank you very much. Catman Dev, let's go. Just watched your latest YouTube vid, and dang, it's so neat to see that. Interesting, what is coming next? Yeah, I think it's really exciting. Also, did you watch more than 30 seconds, or were you kind of done after about 30 seconds? What do you think? Huh? He? Huh? Huh? He? Huh? Mouse, can I get a QWOP? We can get one QWOP. Okay, we're gonna do one QWOP and then we gotta get started, okay? Deal? One QWOP and then we're gonna get started. Yeah, I use Windows 98. It's kind of the best. You know what I mean? It's kind of the best, okay? I want you to know that, okay? All right, here we go. I haven't played QWOP since the last time we played it on stream. So, it's been at least a while. Okay, one more try. Remember when I beat this game? Gosh, look how natural this man looks. Oh, saved it! Oh, saved it! Oh! Pick even called it! He called the save. Oh, the beauty! Oh, okay, didn't save it. One more try. One more try. Look how natural I look. I actually look like a real human being. First time in my life! Okay, come on. Oh my goodness, I am emotionally in pain right now. Oh baby. Oh, baby, it's hurdle time. Boys, we're going hurdle style. Oh, no, we're not going hurdle style. Yes, we're going hurdle style. We're going hurdle style. Okay, time to speed it up. Time to speed it up. Let's go. No, don't punch the ground. No, I knew it was going to punch the ground. I hate punching the ground. Gosh. Fudge. I hate punching the ground. It is just the emotionally, it's just so painful to punch the ground. Damn, Colin Kaepernick. I took a knee. I took a knee on that one. How do I get rid of this radar highlight? I can't ninja around with my trolls. Wait, what the hell are you even talking about? Pick, that's the first time you said a sentence that was so confusing that not even I could misread it into something that made sense. We're reacting today. We're doing some content, okay? So I actually really want to read a couple things. So, all right. I like all these things that people are saying. So we got some good stuff that we can kind of go over. I got a lot of good stuff we can go over. Hey, no problem. All right. What kind of eyes do you use? Human. All right. Let's start with this one right here. I don't
Welcome to Costco.
know what it
I love
means, so we're gonna do this one, okay? Here we go. Marker, people. Should we do a classic marker? Remember when I had to scream? Yeah! I had to do that all the time to do a marker. All right, marker. Quality cultures are often products of developer disobedience. Start. All right, so I'm going to be real here. I'm going to genuinely try. Flip, take that part out. We're going to just start completely over, okay? Because here's the deal. We've had some bad experience reading this guy's articles in the past, and I don't want to be a dick. I actually want to be genuinely, I try to be kind to everybody I read because it totally sucks to have someone be upset, because then once you have someone that's upset, then you get this like whole thing that happens. You know what I mean? So, Flip, take this part out. You know, I'm going to actually double marker this because Flip never listens. Like, he never listens. The quality cultures are often products of developer disobedience. I have a hard time believing this title, so I want to know what it means, okay? The best kind of change tends to happen bottom up, grassroots, hand. Okay, interesting. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with this. Most change, large historical changes have genuinely been bottom up, not top down. So, okay. Alerts are off. I am a genius. Okay, call me Tom. Go ahead. Call me Tom. I'm talking about the kind of fundamental change that can only happen. I bet you Beast already made fun of me. He already made fun of me. I guarantee it. And now I'm going to be upset. Holy cow, music is loud. Why would you guys let me have music this loud? Okay, I'm talking about the kind of fundamental change that only happens when everyone involved embraces and internalizes new ways and new ideas wholeheartedly. That means willing, enthusiastically, and above all, genuinely. Okay. What does this mean? Tell me. Help me. I have seen software companies embrace a quality culture with senior managers running around talking about quality with the same religious fervor that George W. Bush and Tony Blair talked about freedom and democracy. Okay, so hold on. So part of me, the premise of this, I feel like I don't agree with. And what I mean by that is that I think from the bottom up, you can destroy a culture just as much. And what I mean by that is that, like, one thing I've kind of observed at Netflix over the years is that when I first started at Netflix, feedback was direct. I still remember this one guy. I'll leave his name out of here. But he came up to me and just said, yo, did you commit this code? And I was like, yeah. It was like my first commit ever at Netflix. And he was like, this is horseshit code, and this is why. And like broke it down with me, why it wasn't good, why it needed to be changed, and how to do it better. And you know what? I wasn't upset about it. He was right. It was horseshit code. Absolutely. And, you know, I'm happy I had that experience. In fact, I'm actually genuinely happy I had that experience. I really wish I had more of those experiences. And that's kind of like Netflix's old culture. We're talking like 10 years ago. Very direct feedback. Like people really intense about things. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really great. Fast forward till now. Feedback culture largely has died, right? We talk about it a lot in the memos, and people are still giving feedback. It's still probably a lot better than a lot of places, but in general, it's just not the same. And the reason why it died isn't because the upper level doesn't talk about it. It's because the lower levels don't do it anymore. And some of the mid-levels won't encourage it to happen. And so it's like, you can kind of get a whole thing to kind of just die out because of like everyone's kind of like, because it's uncomfortable, right? So like really good culture requires you to be uncomfortable, and nobody, like inherently we avoid discomfort, and that happened. And it's kind of like, I mean, I think it inherently has truly hurt Netflix in a very unique way. Like, I don't think we could recreate that culture ever again. I think that culture has died. And it's kind of sad. You know what I mean? But it's also really, like, it's also made way for a different culture, right? Because not everybody can handle feedback like, hey, what you wrote is horseshit. Like, right? A lot of people can't handle that. They would just, like, internally would collapse, and they would take it as who I am is horseshit, which that's not what a PR and that's not what feedback is supposed to mean, right? Feedback is supposed to, like, we're supposed to talk about the code, not you, right? We're supposed to talk about your actions. Hey, what you did right here, I don't think it was good, and here's the reasons why. Oh, okay. So, like, I'm not bad. This one thing I did wasn't good. Hey, thanks for the feedback. Now I can improve. And I really did like those moments. I genuinely loved those moments. And the reason why I say this is, like, 2 years ago, had some bad communication with somebody. I would say that it was both our fault. I asked a question, got, like, a super annoying answer, and I pressed on the question, maybe more than I should have. And so I went back and I said, hey, you know, we should probably talk about it, and I would just like to, you know, make sure we can move on and make sure things are good, right? Tried to offer the olive branch, and the person just said, no, I don't want to talk about it. And, like, that just wasn't an option at old Netflix. And so when I brought it up, because at that point, then I got a little feisty, and I got a little upset. So I went and talked to HR about it. I was like, yo, I'm having problems giving feedback. What's going on? They're like, oh, let's just not do feedback. And I was like, no, that's not how we do things. We should give feedback. And they're like, no, we're just not going to, you know, they don't want it. You don't have to give it. And you're like, okay. So that's like my new, you know, I really never liked that. Because I liked the ability to have, you know, like, I want people to feel like they can just say whatever they think, and then I can, like, take it and do something with it. You know what I mean? And so I've just kind of, it's just sad. Anyways, we'll keep on going. Genuine quality cultures are rare, very rare, and they always start at the grassroots level. So I actually completely disagree with this one. Again, Netflix's original one was because of Reed Hastings. It actually was a top-down, good quality culture. It actually came from a time where in like 2006 or 2007 or 2000-something, a third of the company had to get let go, or it was two-thirds of the company had to get let go, and only one-third of the company had to stay. It was like whatever it was, it's a large part had to go. And there was the realization that if you just keep your top talent and you give them maximum freedom and you provide good feedback mechanisms, the same culture can do the same amount of work as it was before. Like that was like one of the big learnings. And so we had that culture for a long time, and I really liked that. This was the DVD era. Yeah. It was during the DVD era that converted. Then Quickster happened and all that. And so financial hardships brought about a really cool culture for a while. I loved that time. It was a good time. I was kind of like on the post side of it, and it was really good. They may say it, let's see, hold on. But if you're waiting for permission from your boss to make quality the priority, then you've got a long wait coming. This is good feedback also. You also need to be the change, right? I try to give feedback when I see feedback. Like just yesterday, I pulled a coworker aside and said, hey, you've been doing this really awesome. I want to let you know that not everyone's taking this part of the company seriously, and you're crushing it. Keep doing it, please. Right? Like, you got to also be that change, right? And then there's sometimes I have to take people aside and be like, hey, you're really not what's going on here? Like, let's try to make this a little bit more crisp, a little bit more clear. You know what I mean? You kind of gotta go both ways. You know, you gotta be the change too. Then you've got a long way coming. They may say it, but when the deadline looms, the customer is stamping their feet, and you quickly realize they don't mean it. Even the ones who think they do very probably don't. Not when the chips are down, it seems. Just like Tony Blair probably genuinely believes he's a champion of democracy, even when his actions tell the exact opposite story. Got him, Tony! I don't know the story of Tony Blair. The quality culture, let's see, quality cultures are the products of people doing what seems right to them there and then, without direction from above, by sticking to our guns on quality, and by collaborating and cooperating with our peers. High levels of quality are readily achievable. After all, we write code, don't we? I don't actually understand what I just read. I'm not sure what is happening here. Okay, over the centuries of social conditioning, we have come to view traits like obedience as virtuous. I would not call that social conditioning. I think obedience is a good thing. It can be a very, very good thing. It's far from virtuous. No, it's not far from virtuous. How many people through the ages have been slaughtered and oppressed by good people? Yeah, I mean, you can use obedience via fear as a bad mechanism, but that does not make it in of itself either good nor bad. Let's see, there are still a majority out there who believe, Hitler owned a dog. I don't know if you know that. Just saying, all those dog owners out there, you share something in common with a pretty nefarious fella. Anyways, there's a majority out there who believe that a professional is someone who does what he is told. So when a project manager tells them to forget about testing and skip to the design walkthroughs and just get it out the door, they genuinely feel that's the right thing to do. No one actually has ever felt that. Like, literally, no one has ever felt that. When someone's like, hey, totally skip everything and just go all the way in, I've never been like, okay, that seems like a good idea. No, it's not a good idea. I totally disagree. A professional is not someone who who just does what he is told. Agreed. A professional is someone who, based on their best knowledge at the time, does what they think is right for their clients, for their peers, and for their profession, and for the wider public. It's a hard thing, right? It's a balance. Sometimes you got to choose what is the right thing, right? Because sometimes what's best for your client is not best for your peers, right? Yeah, ethics, right? I mean, like all of life, it's pretty much gray. Everything's gray. There's very few black and whites in society, and so it's like, sometimes you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. It is not the customer's interest to deliver shoddy, unmaintainable software. It's not the team's interest. It's not the profession's interest. It's not the interest of the public at large, especially when they rely on the software in any way. Okay. So I'm gonna be real here. I feel like I can't read this guy's articles anymore, okay? I'm sorry, Muhammad. I'm sure you're a great guy, but every time I read your articles, I get all worked up, and I don't like what you have to say, so we're just going to move on, okay? Okay? We're just not going to do it. No more Muhammad. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I always just get so upset on the inside, and I have a hard time. You know what I mean? I have a hard time, and I'm sure he's a nice guy. You know what I mean? I have a hard time, and so I don't want to do that, okay? I don't want to do that. But this, on the other hand, sounds really exciting. Okay, nice dash. It's been good. This does sound exciting. To successfully micromanage programmers. Okay, first off, micromanagers, let's go. Dude, first off, I love this. I love the title of this article, okay? This is just makes me just so ready. I'm super excited. So let's get micromanaged. All right, since most programmers only want to write code and don't care about what the problem they're solving, they need to, you need to learn effective, oh my goodness, I cannot read! Flip, could you take this part out? I don't want to look like a dingus. Flip, could you remove this for me? Okay. Oh, wow, this title is so exciting. Since most programmers only want to write code and don't care about what problem they are solving, you need to learn to effectively micromanage them. Without this, you will have an endless discussions about frameworks, tools, ideas, process, and the like, and this will occur ad nauseum until you tell them what to do. So I know this is tongue-in-cheek, But this is also true. Sometimes you just need somebody to go, hey, yo, no. Right? We call them informed captains at Netflix because somebody just has to be the person that's just like, no, we got to move on. Let's just move on. Deep down, programmers want to be told what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. They often pretend this isn't the case, but don't let that fool you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Their best friend, the compiler, is also extremely picky and demanding, giving them the feeling of security. I mean, this is clearly written by the Rust Foundation. Clearly, this is a sponsored article by the Rust Foundation. Either a program compiles or it doesn't. Your management should have the same ring of absoluteness about it. You might think that micromanagement is a lot of work, and you'd be right. You always have to be on, even during the nights, weekends, and vacations. But with these 7 tips, you'll be spending your time effectively and creating a fast-moving team. All right, tip number 1. Remember you own them. Oh, no. They are your programmers and you are their boss. This centuries-old dynamic is a classic for a reason. It works. If it's good enough for the Romans, monarchies, and Henry Ford, it's good enough for us. Hell yeah! Oh my goodness. Yes! Make sure you never waver on who makes the decisions on your team. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Tell them exactly how to do it. Create a very detailed specs, which outline everything that needs to be done. Include the architecture, the frameworks, the database schema, object diagrams, function signatures, naming conventions, etc. I've actually worked at a place that did something similar to this. Don't worry if you have flaws in the specs. This is an opportunity for them to problem solve, which many claim to enjoy. This detailed specificity about what work is done will set the bar high and keep them productive. I just can't wait. I've been asked my boss, okay? I've been asked my boss, is this like BDSM of programming? Is that what we're reading? Is this pornography? Am I going to get banned from Twitch? Is this allowed? Is this against TOS? I'm not sure. All right, tell them exactly how to work together. Create flowcharts and role assignments. Remember, your team wants to be assembled together like cogs and works best when they each have a very specific role. Discourage people from working together to build experts in each role. Create a formal channels for them to communicate with, and they will appreciate that you have figured out the best way for them to work and be efficient. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. There is actually some good parts to this. You know, being an expert in your own little domain is also, you know, it's a good thing. Work out the best way to do things for them. Programmers only want to write code. So work out the best design, frameworks, coding standards, time frames, role delegation, etc. in advance. I feel like, hey, not to micromanage this article, but this is kind of sound like point 2, sorry. You know, point 2, you kind of already said you're going to do this. So isn't this just like point 2, part A? Your programmers will trust your judgment and feel secure that you know the best. This leaves them plenty of coding time, which makes them happy. Number 5, hold their toes to the fire to finish everything on time. All good project managers know that teams work best under pressure with challenging deadlines. This brings out the best in people, and they love rising to the challenge. If things start to slip, begin the passive-aggressive comments and veiled threats. This will show people that deadlines are important, and they will shift into high gear. No. Check in multiple times a day to change direction. No, I've had this happen to me. I've actually had this happen to me. This one was a tough one. Programmers tend to drift and get distracted, so help them focus by checking in with them frequently. There's no need to have something valuable to say. Your mere presence will remind them to work harder. Oh man. Email, Slack, and call them late at night and or weekends. This is the key to keeping up the momentum through long weekends and holidays. They will know you care when you call at 10 p.m. with a new feature idea or an email at 2:31 a.m. about a new bug. I had someone call me. I believe it was December 27th around 6 or 7 p.m., like nailing dinnerish time. I'll never forget that call. That was actually the call I quit Netflix. That was like the day I said, that's it, I'm quitting Netflix. I remember that. I remember it so strongly. That one killed me. They will also know you're working hard, and they should too. You will win admiration and respect for your work ethic. They can't stay up till 2 a.m. Just schedule your emails to be sent at a specific time. No one will be the wiser. Damn. Man, this is great. With these 7 tips, you can increase your team's output while still having time to golf over a long lunch. If you hear complaints or murmuring, remind them how lucky they are to have a job and that there are many other people lined up to take their place if they make trouble. You've heard about the benefits of micromanaging. Now you have actionable advice to get started. Good luck. Be as good of a leader as you are a coder. I'm a shitty coder. Oh no! I know we're tweeting this one. This is a tweet for the century. This is a tweet for the century. This is beautiful. And tweet. Hey man, you just stole that. No, I lowercased it, okay? That's called creative license, okay? I reformatted it to be like a really great Twitter content. Do you see what I did there? Yeah, now you probably do. You probably do now. Creative license called it. Yeah, creative license. That's creative license. This was fantastic. This was actually one of the best articles I've read in a long time. Let's go. Loved it. Loved it. Hey, get your micromanagement on. The name? The Micromanage. I think I said vagina in there somewhere. Marker. Pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I did. Big box ban evader thing. Wait, what? The micromanagement. I can't say that word. Hey, Pog. Hey, low level learning. Okay, dude, you've linked this like 9 times. Okay. You've linked it like 9 times. I'm not sure if I want to read it, okay? Put it on the Reddit. Put it on the Reddit. No. Shy Rye, I have not done this. Big Box Swee Banivator. Oh, nice. Hey, Big Box Swee, how you doing? Love the YouTube channel. How you doing? You want to shout out? Are you ever going to stream? I feel like I asked you this last time. I feel like you answered and said you're getting ready, but you haven't done it yet. I feel like I believe I asked this exact same question. Anyways, here you go. Big Box Swee, take it. I will one day. Yeah, well, there you go. You got yourself yet another shout out. Ready yourself. Do it. No problem, D-word. Coding on stream gives me anxiety. Don't worry. Everyone's shitty. It's okay. It's okay. You got it. Is the best streamer. Yeah. Don't worry. Everyone sucks. It's okay. Let's see. I would like to seek your input on upcoming job decisions. I've received 2 offers. The first one involves working with C# and is in line with the current tech trend, programming language, while the second one offers double the salary, but primarily involves working with APL, a language. Yeah, no, I know. However, there may be involvement with C# as well. What is your opinion? I don't know, man. That's totally up to you. APL is crazy. I have never heard somebody actually using APL. That shit is crazy. Yeah, I mean, what? even the Haskell Lord himself is like, nah, that's not real. That has to be fake. C# current trend where? So first off, obviously if the pay is really good and you feel like it's worth it, then maybe you should do it. But remember, I mean, when I hear APL, I just immediately assume that, like, is the job safe? But if you like it and you want to work in APL and it's something that you really want to do, I mean, go for it. That'd be fun. Right? It could be fun, right? Like, you should just choose what you want to do. Like, anyone can do C#. C# is not a hard job, right? Real talk, C#, it's not like C# impossible to learn, okay? It's a pretty much a Java clone with a lot of the conveniences of better languages. So, do it. That's my personal advice. Take a little risk in your life. Anyways, that's that. It has been improved. Exactly. It's just Java, but better. It's Java++. Truly, it's truly Java++. Java clone, wow, yeah. I mean, old, it was very, very much so that. I heard you did some mini games to learn Vim. Is there a link anywhere? Oh, yeah. Look at that, look at that. Bam. What is this? Oh, look at that. Game starting right there. Look, 3 down, delete it. 4 up, delete it. 4, oh, I did 3 down. Delete it. 8 up, delete it. 15 up, delete it. 3 down, delete it. 6 down, delete it. 14 down, delete it. 1 up, delete it. 4 up, I did 3. Boom. The name is the Vimagen. Who's in the background? That's the Pope. You don't know who the Pope is. Yes, I tried to use Emacs for a long, long time. All right. I kind of want to give my thoughts on this right here. You know what I mean? I want to give my maybe a couple thoughts here on this. Which is, we'll call it telescope thoughts, right? So obviously right here we got jfind 130x faster than telescope plus telescope FCF native, and look at it go, super fast. Look at that, bam, 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 bam. Okay, super cool. Okay. Neat. It has the button pressing and all that. So I'm a pretty firm believer in a couple things. So a big thing is, like, I love the fact that you made something more efficient. I assume I have no idea if it's actually more efficient or whatever. But the thing that makes Telescope so amazing is Telescope is also exceptionally customizable, right? You take a hit on quality or on speed by making something generalized, right? And that's just like part of life. And so I have this thing where sometimes things can sound really great, but they may not actually be great because they only do one thing. Whereas Telescope is like an entire package, right? You can do anything you want with it. You can literally it's plug and play, right? It's just a finder, a sorter, and a displayer. So it's pretty great. It's a really cool product. Like, the fact is, the nice part about Telescope, if you think it's slow, you can literally implement your own fuzzy finder, right? And that's cool. That's like super cool. And so I really like that. I really like that entire thing. I also, at the end of the day, my 100 file project, I don't need it to be fast. I literally can open up projects where, like, I mean, not this one. This one's very, very small. Let's go Zig Rust. Like, here we go. So we're in the root of this. I mean, there's literally thousands of files in this project. Thousands upon thousands of files. If I go Rust Lexer, right? Like, does it need to be any faster? Like, I can't even tell, right? I can't even tell what's happening. Do I need it to be faster? Nah, I don't really need it to be faster, right? Now, if you could feel it every single time, it would be super annoying, right? It'd be super annoying. But that's not it. Oh, 767. I thought there's more. Whatever, okay. How's that one less? I can install Node. But anyways. So that's how I think about these things, which is, if your only sell is it's faster, then the slowness has to be something that everybody complains about, right? Like, Microsoft Teams takes 10 seconds to load. Like, if you could load it in 0 seconds, that would be great, right? Like, that would be a win, right? 200 milliseconds, boom, it's up and running. People would love that. But if you're saying, hey, this thing loads in 10 milliseconds, but this one loads in 20 microseconds, right? Does it matter? Probably not. Anyways, just my thoughts on some software. I think a lot of times we tend to overinvest in performance when it doesn't matter, right? Because developer tools, I have some basic expectations. I shouldn't experience lag, and I want them easy to use, and I want them customizable. And so long as I don't experience lag, I don't care at that point, right? I'm more about the customizability of it all. And, just a personal opinion. Just use VS Code? No, because I can feel it every single time I press a button. I hate using VS Code. It doesn't have great... I've already complained enough about VS Code. I'm not going to do any more VS coding, okay? Shut up. Don't bait me. Stop baiting me! So just use Node.js. No, because you can feel it. I don't use TypeScript because it's different. It's not a dev tool, right? And in a dev tool, you want it to be good enough, and VS Code ain't good enough for me. How's the tree doing? I don't know. I'm gonna go check on it here soon. How many dollars a month? 5. All right, I'm done with you guys. I'm leaving you guys. Okay, done. Just use Vim J Diesel. VS Code is Electron. Everything is Electron and slow. Yeah. What is wrong with my dog's water? Nothing. I just personally wouldn't drink it. You know what I mean? VS Code is very popular, though. It must have reasons behind it. Yeah, because it takes no effort to use. That's why. It's as simple as that. Of course it makes sense. That's what I would use when I started off, too. There's never been a larger influx of developers ever than in the last few years. Like, is it shocking? No, it's not shocking. That's like how the world works.
Welcome to Costco.
I love you. Hey, thank you very, very much. Whatever happened to Vim Royale? I just want to build. I want to build so many things. I get so distracted. Thank you, Finite Singularity, for the raid, baby. Let's go, Marriott. Thank you for
Welcome
the tier
to
1.
Costco.
Thank you for the brand new tier 1. Let's go, Comprehende. 8 months. I was mad when you don't put the link in the description of the Twitch video. I always put links in so many videos. So many videos. Glachimo, thank you for the resubscribe. El PMSHooker, thank you. Bees Knees BZB. BZB.
Turns all your bad
Thank you.
feelings into good
Oh,
feelings.
nice. I was sorry that I
It's
missed
a
that
nice-
5 community subs. Thank you. And Ghostly, thank you for the resubscribe. Let's go. Catman Dev.
Welcome to Costco.
I read yours
I
laugh.
love you.
Hey, DeConnell and It's
Welcome
Wolf.
to
Let's go,
Costco.
baby. Hey, guys,
I
come
love
on.
you.
Hey. You two, both of you. Put a message. Okay, you gotta put a message. This is your chance to get me to say something that is absurd. Yeah, I actually have this as one of my things. If you look, things to watch is Self-Healing Code the Future. I actually wanted to read this one. I already had this one on my list. Have you checked out the new React Virtual DOM performance? No. I don't care. I don't care because I don't.
Welcome
got
to
'em.
Costco.
I love you. All right, let's do this, or let's do this one. Got him. Let's do another job question. How do you decide between jobs? If you have multiple, I don't know. You make your decisions, dog. Yo, low-level learning. I love C++. Can someone ban him? Can we ban him? Can we ban this man? Self-healing code. Start. All right, self-healing code is the future of software development, and I have turned off alerts again. I am a G. I am a Tom. Developers love automating solutions to their problems. Okay, so I do want to be real here. Last time I read a Stack Overflow article was the one in which they said that only people of a certain generation use Vim, and it was the dumbest article I ever read. So Stack Overflow, you're on notice. I want something good here, okay? And with the rise of generative AI, this concept is likely to be applied to both the creation, maintenance, and improvement of code at the entirely new level. I'm so skeptical of this still. I know people think ChatGPT is great. I am so skeptical. I'm not sure how you take something that gets things wrong regularly and then try to fix its problems with the thing that gets it wrong. Copilot's great because you use it as a boilerplate generator. You don't use it as the thing, right? You don't let Copilot write your stuff. You show Copilot how to use stuff. It's all about AR, VR. Oh yeah, we are approaching the VR AR cycle, which means that we're only one cycle away from crypto. So don't forget, everybody, crypto is coming back in approximately 1.5 years. One of the more fascinating aspects of large language models is their ability to improve through output through self-reflection, or improve their output through self-reflection. Feed the model its own response back and then ask it to improve the response or identify errors, and it has a much better chance of producing something factually accurate or pleasing to its users. Ask it to solve a problem by showing its work step by step, and these systems are more accurate than those tuned just to find the correct final answer. Okay, While the field is still developing fast, and factual errors known as hallucinations remain one of the many problems of LLM-powered chatbots, a growing body of research indicates that a more guided, auto-regressive approach can lead to better outcomes. I like that they call them hallucinations. Yeah, just saw something that wasn't there. Oh, okay. I think we should put that in mission-critical software. Factually accurate or pleasing to the users. Those are usually mutually exclusive for humans. That's pretty funny. All right. This gets really interesting when applied to the world of software development and CI/CD. Most developers are familiar with processes that help automate the creation of code, detection of bugs, testing solutions, and documentation of ideas. Several have written in the past, the past on the idea of self-healing code. Head over to Stack Overflow, CI/CD Collective, and you'll find numerous examples of technologists putting this idea to practice. I'm not really familiar with the automation, like automating the creation of code. Are they just talking about like templates here? Like, what do they mean by this? To me, this just sounds like templates. Bug status detected. Bug status hallucinated. When code fails, it often gives an error message. If your software is any good, that error message will say exactly what is wrong and point you in the direction of the fix. Sounds like this guy has never done C++, am I right? Low-level learning, right? Previous self-healing code programs are clever automations that reduce errors, allow for graceful fallbacks, and manage alerts. If you want to, maybe you want to add a little disk space or delete some files when you get a warning that utilizes 90% or that utilization is at 90%. Oh, hey, have you tried turning it on and off again? I like that. I like turning it on and off again. It fixes DNS every time. You know how many times I've been bit by DNS in the last month? In the last month alone. I feel like I'm doing like a Trump motion here. All of my friends are DNS problems. It's like every time, I swear, turning it on and off again is some of the greatest advice ever. Developers love automating solutions to their problems. And with the rise of generative AI, this concept is likely to be applied to both creation, maintenance, and improvement of code at an entirely new level. More code requires more quality control. Okay, some sort of linear relationship going on here? What do you mean? The ability of LLMs to quickly produce large chunks of code may mean that developers and even non-developers will be adding more to the company's code base than in the past. This poses its own set of challenges. This is also the scariest line of code that has ever existed, ever. Please just delete code, okay? Just delete code. Your goal should be a net negative code addition to the code base. Okay, that's like every developer's should be goal. If this is not your goal, you're using an AI, or B, you're in a greenfield project. Okay, that's the only two options. If you're in like a larger project, come on, try to delete things. One of the things that I am hearing a lot of software engineers is saying, wait, hold on. There should be an R somewhere in there. One of the things that I'm hearing a lot from software engineers is they are saying, oh my goodness, I don't know how to say this sentence correctly. Well, I mean, anybody can generate some code now with some of these tools, but we're concerned about maybe the quality. No one's maybe concerned about maybe the quality of what's generated. It's horseshit very often, unless if it's an exceptionally small, very simple problem. Says Forrest Braziel, head of development media at Google Cloud. The pace and volume at which these systems can output code can feel overwhelming. I mean, think about it. Think about reviewing a 7,000-line pull request that somebody on your team wrote. Yeah, that person that's on your team that wrote that better have a very good excuse why they have 7,000 lines. Okay? You used to work with Forrest? Really? If someone came in with a 7,000-line PR, I'd be like, yo, bro, this PR is horseshit. Why don't you try again? That's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, it's very, very difficult to do that and have meaningful feedback. Really. Color me surprised. It's not getting any easier when AI generates this huge amount of code. So we're rapidly entering a world where this is going. Okay, so I am completely on this team where I think this whole notion that is being said here is just such nonsense. I genuinely feel that people that write this kind of stuff, they live in the same dream world that, you know, the people who thought cryptocurrency was going to just somehow become the global standard of money in no time. Like Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, everyone's going to use Bitcoin here in like 5 years. And it's like, no, I mean, dude, that's just not how life works, man. You know, like this, I always feel like people just have this idea that somehow the world will just, this will just happen, right? And I just don't think that this is going to happen, right? I just don't think this is going to happen anytime soon. You're going to have to like really show me some good generative AI that actually does really good things. AI is different, is it? Is it? It is. Is it? I mean, I understand it can make things that look really good. Okay? Like, I get it. It can give you the illusion of said goodness. Anyways, we've already talked about what I think AI is going to be really terrifying for. Anyways, people that have talked about technical debt for a long time and now have a brand new credit card here that is going to allow us to accumulate technical debt in ways we were never able to do before. Now, I love this. Okay, hey, Armando Solar Lazama. I want to let you know that I'm a huge fan of everything you just said. A professor at MIT Computer Science and Artificial Laboratory in an interview with the Wall Street Journal. I think there's a risk of accumulating lots of very shoddy code written by a machine, he said, adding that the companies will have to rethink methodologies around how they work in tandem with these tools. Yeah, I would agree with that. This is, okay, I mean, thank you, Armando, right? Yeah, Armando, thank you for having some sensibilities around here. Imagine how fast you could rack up tech debt, especially if you have code that is generated and then code that the generator reads and tries to generate code around it to fix it. Like, imagine like the speed in which you could create technical debt. It would be incredible. I would be so impressed. We recently had a conversation with some folks from Google who helped build and test the new AI models powering code suggestions in their tools like Bard. Paige Bailey is the PM in charge of the generative models at Google, working across the newly combined units that brought together DeepMind and Google Brain. I bet you these people are going to have very well-rounded opinions, none of them shaped by corpo speak or anything, very just solid standard ideas and nothing that's like buying into something wholeheartedly. Think of code produced as an AI, as something made by an L3 SWE helper that's at your bidding, says Bailey. And that should really, you should really rigorously look over. Okay, so you have the power of L3s. Let's go. Still, Bailey believes that some of the work of checking the code over for accuracy, securities, and speed will eventually fall to AI as well. Okay, so you'll have an L3 look at the L3's work? Okay, I see you. Okay, hey, L3 of security, I want you to get on an L3 of security. Over time, I do have the expectation that large language models will start kind of recursively applying themselves to code outputs. So there's already been research done by Google Brain showing that you can kind of recursively apply LLVM or LLMs is such that there is such that if there's generated code, you say, hey, will you make sure that there aren't any bugs and make sure that it's performant and make sure that it's fast and then give me that code? And then that's what finally displayed to the user. So hopefully this will improve over time. I don't know. Maybe I'm too fatalistic. Okay, maybe I think I'm probably more black-pilled in AI than I am white-pilled on this stuff. You know what I mean? So let's see. What are people building and experimenting with today? Google is already using this technology to help speed up the process of resolving code review comments. Okay, so this could be interesting. Let's see. The authors of the recent paper on this approach write that as of today, code change authors at Google address a substantial amount of reviewer comments by applying a ML-suggested edit. We expect that to reduce time spent on code reviews by hundreds of thousands of hours annually at Google scale. Unsolicited, very specific feedback highlights the impact of ML-suggested code. Yeah, so again, I love this. I think this is a great application, I think, of ML. I always really like it in very, 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 very tiny, tiny amounts. and I think it does amazing. As the problem space gets smaller, the chance of it going wrong gets smaller. AI will be Tom. Tom is AI. In many cases, when you go through a code review, I say this every time. I would love to have an AI say, here's what I think the possible bugs are in this code. To me, that would be like the biggest Giga Chad move ever. I don't want automated tests. I don't want them writing me tests, okay? I don't want them confirming my bug with a test, right? I don't want it to do almost everything. I want it to be like, here's what I think the bugs could be in your code. Bam. Give me static analysis. Give me AI analysis. Love it. Love that idea. Your reviewer may say, please fix this or please refactor this for readability. Says Marcos Grappa, I don't know how to say this name, Grappagia, the PM on the Google's Duet coding assistant. He thinks that an AI agent can respond to this sort of advanced linter for vetting comments. That's something we saw as being promising in terms of reducing the time for this fix getting done. The suggested fix won't replace a person, but it helps. It gives a kind of, say, a starting point for you to think from. Okay, interesting. Recently, we've seen some intriguing experiments that apply the review capability to code you're trying to deploy. Say a code push triggers an alert on build failure in your CI pipeline. A plugin triggers a GitHub action that automatically sends the code to a sandbox where the AI can review the code and send the error, then commit a fix. The new code is run through the pipeline again, and if it passes the test, is moved to deploy. I wonder how often the AI writes the test to be fixed. Right? Like, I wonder, like, how you give it, like, what do you tell the AI not to change? Hey, yeah, we fixed the CI problem. You know that the broken test? Just remove the test. Boom, Giga Chad. The fix is to remove the test. Exactly. It is kind of, I mean, it in some sense, this is very interesting. I would love to play with this, right? Like, really, this would be super fun to play with and see what you can do. Like, see where it's good and bad. I would rather have something that, like, I would never want this process automated, at least in any near future. Yes, play with it. But that's about it. We've made several improvements in the mechanism for the retry loop so you don't end up with the weird scenarios, but that's essentially the mechanics of it. Okay. Interesting. Right now, his work in the CI/CD pipeline, but he dreams of a world where these kind of agents can help fix errors that arise from code that's already live in the world. What's very fascinating is when you actually have a production code running and producing an error, could it heal itself on the fly? Ooh, the hard part's so much intention is in code, right? Like, I'm very curious about what makes something, like, can an AI understand the context in which it needs to be fixed? Is this a human-to-human problem? I don't know. Ask Schwanz. So you have your Kubernetes cluster. If one part detects a failure, it runs into a healing motion. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit more mechanical. But imagine, like, something is broken within Twitter for how whispers are delivered, right? Like, what's the problem? Well, how do you fix it? I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting, right? One pod is removed for repairs, another takes its place, and when the original pod is ready, it's put back into product or action. For now, says Xuanz, I don't know how to say his name, we need humans in the loop. Will there come a time when computer programs are expected to autonomously heal themselves as they are crafted and grown? I mean, if you have great test coverage, right? If you have 100% test coverage. Okay, so again, this is just the biggest pile of doo-doo garbage ever. Let me show you why 100% test coverage does not matter. Let's just choose TypeScript will be a real easy one to make this happen. Let's just jump over here. So why would 100% test coverage suck? Watch this one. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go const foo equals an object, and let's just say this thing has bar. That's a string, right? Perfect. And I'm going to have like this function called, I don't know, print me daddy, right? Boom. It's going to take in a foo, okay? Fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go for const foo log i.bar, right? Awesome. Now, when it comes to getting 100% code coverage on this, can we all agree how simple this would be to get code coverage on this? By the way, I cannot believe it said I as my variable. Yeah, I use Copilot all the time. But look at this. how easy would this be to have 100% coverage? Super easy, right? You just run it once. Like, it's just like that easy to have 100% code coverage and have breaking tests, right? It doesn't take a lot. You don't realize like loops and things like that are just so easy to cause problems. You know what I mean? Anyways, there you go. That's just my thought on 100% code coverage and why it's kind of a stupid idea, which is that you can easily, you can easily defeat the system and have 100% code coverage. That's that. Sparse arrays add extra fun. Exactly. Sparse arrays add lots of extra fun. Yeah, okay. Here. Someone says ask open AI. Hold on, I'm gonna blank out my screen just in case it asks me to do. It always asks me to do a couple things. Hold on, I gotta get logged in. Give me a second here. Give me a second. All right, give me a second. Almost there. Jeez, just hold on. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's use ChatGPT Plus. All right, let's go all in on this bad boy. Create 100% code coverage tests for the following code using Jest. How does that sound? Yeah. Let's get some 100% code coverage, huh? Nice. Look at that. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And look at that. Look at that. It's 100% code coverage. It's a second test. Nice. Look at that. Awesome. Look at that. We have 100% code coverage. And so that's the thing, is that we don't know. You'd have to keep on crafting it. But that's the thing, is that you understand this specific problem now. Now we could try to defeat the AI because we got some ideas. But the thing is that to use 100% as a measurement of good software is bad software. Right? That's all there is to it. It's not good software. Just because you have 100% does not make it good or bad. It just makes it you have 100%. That's it. And so when an AI goes, I will give you 100% code coverage, you're like, oh, cool, you've ran everything. Is it right, though? Will it break in production where unknown unknowns happen? You don't know. Yeah, and so that's why I just don't do 100%. 100% is just a dumb metric to have. I have literally no care. I do not care about the percentage of code that's covered. You have a very clean code base. Again, what the hell is a clean code base? I have seen that happen. I could see that happening. For the medium foreseeable future, we probably better be off with the human in the loop. Yeah, you know what's going to really help, especially with AI, is when you're like, write quick sort. Right? Let's do a little quick sort, daddy. No. Just give me quick sort. No, just give me effing quick sort. Give me quick sort. Quick sort. And then you're like, boom, look at that. It's clean code. It's not clean code. It's horrible code. It's like the worst code I've seen. This actually is the worst code I've ever seen. Okay, it's not the worst code, but this is genuinely one of the worst pieces of code ever created. Like ever, for any reason. For quick sort. This is the shittiest quick sort ever. Again, it's not quick sort either. Is it not quick sort? No, it's quick sort. It partitions the array. Choose the pivot from the front, which is historically considered the worst place to pick it. It creates a copy with the rest. Oh my goodness. Then it creates a copy with the filter. Then it creates a copy with the filter. Then it recopies the result from left right here. And then it puts the pivot, then redoes that, and then creates another copy right here. That's like 19 copies. This whole quicksort's in place. This is not better quicksort. This is insane quicksort. Should be called slow ass sort. V8 will optimize it, right? No! V8 won't optimize it. I mean, yes, Okay. Oh my goodness. Yes, V8 will optimize it as in like, yes, it will do a great job running your shitty ass code. Okay. V8 is incredible at writing or at making bad code run surprisingly fast. I get it. Dear sweetness. What is quicksort, sir? What is a good quicksort? One that's in place. All right. Quicksort, but write it in place quicksort. Okay, I can't believe you even have to say that because quicksort's already in place. Interesting start. Interesting start. Where are we going with this story? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay, come on. Make the pivot, baby. You got this. Baby, you got this. Got him! Temp. Yep. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. What do you want me to do here? Left, plus. Okay. Yes. This. Okay, there we go. This looks like it. We're looking really close. Beautiful. Hold on, baby. Beautiful. Okay, so I think that would I think that looks fairly close to it. Hold on just one second. My exceptionally beautiful wife is here. I am. Yeah, you can buy it or make it, whatever one you want to do. Buy it or make it, baby. You can buy it. I'd do it. Put that in my body. All right, love you. Anyways, you guys only caught the second half of that conversation. You have no idea. Anyways, you have no idea. We're just talking about smoothies. All right. Anyways, so there you go. So now we have 2 quicksorts. Awesome. The problem is once again, I feel like people always just have this notion that, you know, because there's definitely some AI maximalists in here, right? Where they're just like, no, it's great. This is great. Like, you have to know what's wrong, and you have to tell it what it needs to do differently. Right? Like, that's... it's just a tool. Yes, people don't realize it's just a tool. I'm just spank it, just do it. And so, like, I'm just not a huge, like, this whole thing about self-healing AI, like, I just am unsure if we're ever going to get to this point. Because I don't know what kind of jump we would need in AI to actually achieve this in some sort of real sense. AI, but only the good parts. Yeah. Like, it would be really hard to achieve this. And so I don't think LLMs are. I don't think they are either. I don't think they are. I think what they do is they provide some level of accuracy. And for it to become better, you need to like 10x its training. But it doesn't become perfect. It only becomes better. And then there's just like, how many 10x's can we do? We're already pretty up against the line. We're not making hardware improvements. You know, like it's gonna be a tricksy one. I'm just not convinced. AI, of course, AI is biased. AI is just biased against whatever, you know, whatever we train it on, right? This whole idea that AI is unbiased is just like, that's just baloney, right? It's just, it literally, the whole point of AI is that it's a bias function, right? You give it a function and then it tries to mimic what that function does given a specific point. You know what I mean? Function approximation. So it doesn't bias towards bad code. People make bad code and it reproduces it, right? It just approximates what's there. That's all. Anyways, for those that haven't, you should, you know, for those that haven't built an ML, just build an MLP. Do a little bit of gradient descent, learn about kind of like how to do the learning, the amount of, you know, like the learning rate. You'll peg yourself a couple times, not that way, but a different kind of way. You'll ruin a couple neural nets. You'll learn about it, and then boom, it's fun. What is an MLP? Multi-layered perceptron, right? Just start with like the simplest version, just a simple function approximation. Learning rate. Everyone laughs about learning rate because anyone that's done a bit of AI, the moment you put your learning rate too high, you're like, oh, that's why. I heard I can peg myself. You got my attention. Yeah, I'm an ML engineer. There you go. It's fun, right? I was becoming a masters of AI back not too long ago. And learning rate was one of those things that I discovered like, oh, yeah, you really do want to go slower, right? Slower is much better, right? I don't know if this is true, right? Like, you're making an assertion that I can neither confirm nor deny. You know what I mean? Just do back propagation. You'll lose the faith very fast. Yes, back propagation was really, really hard to do. My first time doing it, it was very, very hard. We need a better AI, trained on shitty code. Every time it gets high confidence score, it slaps you in the face. The only way I see it will work whilst trained on code randomly taken from the internet. The thing that ML is going to be really great at is anything that is like highly specific. What I mean by that is like, implement the Pythagorean theorem. There is an answer to it, and it can approximate that answer super well. Anything that's outside of that, the more variables that you put in there, just the harder it's going to be. Just hire a Kenyan labor for $2 an hour. Oh, there you go. And curate data. There you go. You could do that. Oh, are you quoting the Twitter guy? Like every 3 months, there's this guy that shows up on Twitter. And he'll be like, oh, by the way, you know how you can achieve a great job? Just go hire people for cheap. And everyone's just like, he's like, I made $10 million this year by hiring people cheap. And you're just like, you're saying this on, okay. Okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, you've probably seen it. The Philippine guy. Yeah, the Philippines guy. Yeah, dude. I know, dude. Every single so many months, his thing shows up on my Twitter feed just being like such a goof. Anyways, hey, guess what? The name, I'm done reading AI articles, by the way. I'm like done. AI articles, unless if it's like, okay, so the one yesterday was super cool, right? The one about AI's making a faster sorting algorithm. Super cool. I want to read about that. I'm done reading any more of these articles. I'm so sick of AI articles. They're all just whiteboard masturbation, hoping that they're going to get something amazing out of it. And it's always the same thing. I don't need any more crypto. The name is ThePrimeagen. You know what I mean? AI dick riding. It's AI dick riding. All right. I gotta here. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let's go like this. I always have this one in the back pocket. I like to have this one ready. Hold on. Let me just whip this. Let me just whip this one out, baby. I know I downloaded it, but I forgot what I called it. I literally think it's on my computer as dick riding, but it might be on my other computer. Damn it! It could be on my other. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. You just got to have this one ready, right? You got to have this meme ready for when somebody just does it, and you got to toss it out. And so every time someone talks about AI, I may start putting this one more frequently on Twitter. Every time I hear somebody talking about AI in a glorious way, I think I might just start responding with this. I think this might be my new play. I'm gonna save this again. Save image as dick riding. Somebody might be confused by what I mean by that. But AI is the future. Flag on the play. Your wife when she looks at your photos. I know, dick riding. Could you explain that? That's why I use Linux, so my wife can't look at anything I do. Okay, she has no idea how it works. Okay. You get on there and she's just like, why are there no keys? They're all different than the ones I know. The future of dicks, maybe. Right? That's all you gotta do. All right, let me open it. Oh my goodness, ChatGPT OpenAI. Let's go, ChatGPT OpenAI. Hey, thank you very much for all the subs and everything. This is awesome. Appreciate that, Bonmus, for the 1 gifted. Stu Dalek, thank you for the tier 1 brand new. Let's go, discreet
Welcome
Python.
to Costco. I love you.
How discreet we talking? Like, am I gonna get it in the
Welcome
mail?
to Costco. I love you.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Welcome to
Hey,
Costco.
hamster with internet.
I love
Hey,
you.
thank you, hamster with internet. Pazachi. Again, thank you. I appreciate that. CLMCR. I'm not sure. Clamker. Thank you very much for that brand new tier 1. Guess what? I'm gonna go on a hot date with my wife tonight and play golf. How cool is that? I bet a AI can measure the size of your dick and bites. I want to know the size of my dick in bites. How would I measure that, including pointer size? To get the approximation of the size of an object in JavaScript, including the size of pointers, you could serialize the object to JSON and then get the length of the resulting string. This is completely incorrect. Oh my goodness. I already hate this one. I hate this answer.
Welcome
hate
to
this
Costco.
answer.
I love you.
No. I
to
was
Costco.
talking
I
about
love you.
Python dict. I'm talking about a slippery Python dict, not JavaScript. My apologies for misunderstanding your original question. To get the memory size of a Python dict in bytes, including the size of pointers, we can use sys modules get size of function. Get size of function returns the size. Thanks, babe. Are you excited for a hot date tonight? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Love you. It's delicious. What'd you put in it? There's something sweet about it. What about the green? Spinach. Okay. Love you. And arsenic. Thanks, beautiful wife. All right. Ken Thompson's ACM word, acceptance speech. Reflecting on trusting trust? No. There's VS Code snippets in there. Okay, for deeper analysis, including referenced objects, we can use recursive function to follow references and calculate their sizes too. Oh, a little dict-to-dict measurement. Here's a function that returns the approximation. Okay, we get the full load here. Damn, we get the full load here. Let's go. Returns the memory footprint of a Python object is a recursive function that drills down a Python object graph like a dictionary. Did I end my previous segment? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Awesome. This is great. Even comments, yeah. Important mark to visit the avoided one. Add ID. Okay, interesting. ID. Okay, so that way we don't run into the object more than once. Nice. I mean, we're getting the full dict size here. We're getting shaft and everything. Nice job. Nice job, ChatGPT. All right, you want me to do a Theo reaction video? I'm ready to do Huh? I'll do a Theo reaction video. I will do it. I was just hoping it'd show up. Look at that. It showed up.
Building solutions that scale.
So here's the deal, everybody. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I have to pee, and this is 20 minutes long. Okay? Okay? I have to pee, and this is 20 minutes long, so I'm going to pee first, okay? All right. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, hey, guess what? Whoa, get your peas out of the chat. People, you can't just be tossing your peas in the chat like that. Here's the deal. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Everyone here putting down a Melky-sized pea. Not impressed. Tell you that much. Not impressed. Not impressed with the size of your pea.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
We got him. You guys got me. Thank you, everybody. I tried to run. Be quick this time. Hey, thank you, Zedwill, for the 6 months in advance. Hey, guys. All right, so here's the deal. Do I need to watch? Here we go. Hold on. Marker, performance. Doesn't matter until it does. All right, hey. We're going to watch this video because, first off, he used my face. He didn't even ask me. He just uses this quality face in his box art, okay? So I have to watch this. Yes, Casey is most certainly getting ruffled right now. Second off, I'm going to watch this one. But do I need to dress more like Theo in this? You know? Because he took my mustache. I could wear a shirt. I could get the guns out. We could start a second trend. Melk, you want to start the next trend? Buff developers. Me being buff, of course. You see those? You see the guns are out, people. Okay? The guns are out. I don't have very many guns, okay? Hey, calm down, ladies, calm down, okay? Okay, calm down. No more gasms in here. Okay, there we go. We've officially achieved Theo status. Thirst trap time. It's not thirst trap. I'm just reaching for my smoothie. That's a good smoothie. I think I just actually pulled oh my goodness, I pulled an ass cheek. Oh, can't do that again. Oh wow, that genuinely hurt. All right, let's do this, Theo.
Scale is very important,
Take
but not
me
for
home,
everybody.
Theo.
I see a lot of hype on things like Rust and Golang and all these new really performant technologies and frameworks.
To be completely fair, Golang is just a super simple language that's really easy to write successful servers in. Like real talk, it just is super easy to write things that are pretty dang fast with almost no effort. So, how do I feel about Copium? You know, I think Go's pretty good. Go's a great language. If I had to write Go, I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, okay, I'll write some Go. Whatever. Whatever.
And solutions that allow your code bases to scale to millions of requests per second at really cheap rates, where if your servers cost you $100 million, you can get those costs down to $5 million. Exciting as it is to have these conversations, I don't think most companies need that. Even the big ones you might think do. I want to talk a bit about when it makes sense to hire specialists and do things the right way, because I don't think the right way is always right. Let's talk a bit about what I like to call the line of prime. So, there's a lot of things we need to think about when we build applications. The most important one is...
Just to be fair, I'm more on the Casey side of things, which is just write it good. If you just write it good, it typically just does. It does the right thing. You know what I mean? It just does the right thing.
Does it solve the problem the user has? And that's not as simple a thing as it might sound. It's not just, did we get the right features out on this app? It's, did the features we pick make sense for the user? And did the problem we thought we identified need to be solved at all? It takes a while to know that your solution is the right solution, even at scale. And I'm talking about technically, is it the right solution? I'm talking, is the problem you solved correct? And is the concept of what you built right? And
this is a good point. This is a great point. Real talk. This is a good point right here, which is often people just... Doesn't matter how good your tech is, if you're not solving the right problem, you're just not solving, it doesn't matter how good it is, right? And so that's always something that I think about a lot, which is, I think about my previous startups, that I've been a part of. And the ones that were very successful versus the ones that weren't, the ones that were, it's just like they had an amazing product fit and they really, leaned into it. Whereas when it comes to something that like the one that I started, the idea was great, but it just wasn't a good fit. Like people didn't want to use it. It's shockingly more popular now than it's ever been, but my idea was like 10 years ago and it just doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Pivot. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem, is that a good idea is worth more than good performance. Absolutely. And I just minimized the video.
Until you are sure that the way a thing is being used is the way it will be used for a long time, it probably doesn't make sense to write it using things that make it harder to maintain and iterate in the future. Because if you pick a set of features and then those need to change and you built it in something that's hard to iterate in, good luck, have fun. But
he's absolutely right. So be careful about using React. He's absolutely right now. And I think everybody should just take the time and just listen to him. Use Solid.js. Great point. I love this.
I want to show this on a chart.
And maybe probably use Golang. Maybe just most of your applications probably don't even need a framework, honestly. Your cat poster's website probably doesn't need React. Real talk. You're sending down hundreds of kilobytes of JavaScript and you wrote like 17 lines. You could have just wrote your 17 lines. Okay, it's that easy.
To think about this. On the vertical axis, we're going to have number of new features being built. So when something starts, it probably starts really high in terms of the number of features being built. And we'll have on the axis here, amount of use the service gets. When a new application is being started, you are almost certainly starting here. And as you get your first users, you're going to be constantly changing what feature set you have. It is very, very rare, even at a big company, that when you build something new, be it a product, a feature, a service, or any of these things, that the first time you build it, it's going to be built correctly. It's really hard to be certain. So
I had a hair in my mouth. I'd actually agree. You can't ever get it right. Like, you only get it right by the people telling you you're right. That's it.
It's important to pick our technology accordingly. And as we go over time, what I almost always see happen is the number of new features needed goes down as the number of users goes up. And over time, we'll see a trend something like this, where number of new features and amount of iteration on the core of what you've built goes down as the amount of users goes up. So if we were to point at something...
But the opposite of Netflix. We've only expanded the amount of features continuously. We're like in continuous, always trying to make more zone. So ours started right here. Like, in fact, original Netflix was significantly simpler and had less features and less users. As our users have gone up, the more features have gone up. We're kind of like, Netflix is doing that.
Something like Ping, the video call service that we built for streamers. When we first started, we didn't even have our core big feature, the browser embeds. So we were constantly trying out new things, new ways to integrate with OBS, new solutions for building that layer. The rate of new feature building and general iteration on the code base was really high. Over time, the number of new things we were building started to go down. Our focus was less on new features, more on stability, and the amount of requests going to our services started getting a lot bigger. It's not big enough to justify making significant changes, but you will eventually get to a point where that is the case. Another way to think about this is there is a line somewhere.
I'm going to pause it for a second. I think one thing that he's touching on, which I think is really important, is, or he's not saying it, and he may not realize he's not saying it, it's totally depends on the product situation right now. Like his product, if you don't know what Ping is, I used it yesterday. I'll be using it on Monday again when you bring people on. You know what I'm talking about? Like you bring people on, they show up on the stream, we talk, it's fun. And then that's that. And so that kind of thing that's niche and narrow, you are really able to kind of trim down the features, right? There's probably feature requests. There's probably things they're actively working on. I can think of some things that I really, really want. But the reality is that if you're a different kind of product, if you're trying to compete and there's many players in it, you're constantly being pushed to make more and more features, newer and better ways to do the thing. And so it's kind of interesting, right? And so if there became a Ping competitor that did something different, you might find Ping needing to start build more features despite having more users. And so there's definitely some sort of line here that's kind of missing, I feel like. I mean, I like what he has to say, though.
And it's going to be different for every code base and every company and every use case. There's a line somewhere here, horizontally, where you can save a lot of money. Where before this point, if you're using a suboptimal solution, like let's say you're using a really slow, old TypeScript code base.
React.
Left side here, your server costs might be under 100K a year. We'll say under 200K a year. And on the other side, it might be over 200K a year. And if you have the possibility of hiring a person who can rewrite the essential pieces that are being run enough to cost this much and can pay their salary just by porting this over, that's probably worth it. But that will likely come at a cost in terms of how fast you can move. And at that point in time, you might actually have to stop new feature development entirely. So for some projects and some developers, the point where you are no longer iterating on features might be really early. And you might have something like this where you've stopped building features, your costs get too high,
I do want to pause there. Again, I think this is totally, to me, this is a perspective of using TypeScript to solve all problems. Again, front-end masters, very, very simple. They ship tons of features. They build really, really fast. And their backend is in Go, right? It's just like, you can still write a server that's not going to cost you through the nose. And you can still iterate really fast if you have the right people. You just have to start off with the knowledge that you're going to be using the right people. Like, hey, we're going to build a service. We're planning on building it so that thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people will be using it at any simultaneous time. Let's just start off with Go. It doesn't have to be Rust. It doesn't have to be the fastest. It doesn't have to be perfectly performant. I think Rust is fun to write, but I agree. It's hard. And so, Go, easy win. Put the W up. That's why a lot of places just choose Java. I don't think Java's fantastic, okay? I'm not a Java guy. I don't like Java. But guess what? It's pretty fast. It's fast enough for most people's problems. But I like Go better. I like Go like 1,000 times better. So I'd rather use Go like absolutely than Java. But you don't, I think sometimes these kind of things are like false dilemmas where it's like you have to go from moving fast to moving slower because you're using not TypeScript. No, there's plenty of no, that's not true. It's just not true. Again, protobufs are actually a really convenient cross-language type support. Another reason you can just use it, right? You can use protobufs. Boom. They're not hard. You can even use protobufs that send over in JSON. So you're like looking at JSON. So you can debug it by looking at it, yet you still get type safety across multiple languages, right? Like you can solve a lot of these problems. You can move just as fast. I don't see why they're that bad. I'm literally doing an upgrade right now from JSON to protobufs. And the upgrade right now at Netflix is significantly easier to use protobufs than it is to use JSON. And the best part of it is I don't have to play this continual catch up of like who has the right types. The person that's building the service hands me the types and I just generate it every time there's a change, right? Like when there's a change, I could just set up a process to automate the changes into my system. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. It's not, I don't think these things are, I think they're just unusual in today's world. They're not hard. They're not weird. They're just maybe less used. And that's it. Anyways.
Build to move to the optimal technology. You can still add new features. You're probably not doing it as much and it's probably not as fast to do, but you also have to hire more expensive people to do that. And generally speaking, some technologies allow you to move with small teams very quickly and other technologies let you move with bigger teams slightly less quick. Every company and every project should think about what their long-term feature creep and iteration is going to look like and define a point where it makes sense to start converting things. I think that point is usually going to be both vertical and horizontal, where you're like, okay, our API is stable. We now know we're always going to return these things. So if we have like an API endpoint that returns a user object, and we wrote that in TypeScript, and now that user object's being called from that endpoint hundreds, if not thousands of times a second, and our TypeScript endpoints are being scaled across Lambda and are costing us thousands of dollars a month just to get this user object. We could cache it and do lots of other things. We could also rewrite that endpoint because we know the API is stable. Once we're confident about what a user is going to look like, and we don't necessarily need it in the same code base that we're fetching from, we can start moving out these individual things as they cost more.
Again, protobufs. I'm not even pointing out. I think I really do like. I've become more and more of a fan of protobufs. Even though I don't like them, they're not great for performance. They're not performance. Like you're getting the same performance. JSON or protobufs, same performance. You're not buying anything, right? You're not getting something. Theo's not a paid actor. He's very, very good. Theo makes good products. And so I think he has a lot of very valuable things. And I think people that say that it's just kind of silly, right? You should measure somebody by the things they've built. I love Ping. Ping is one of the best pieces of software I've ever used in my entire lifetime. So I have nothing but positive things to say. And I think you should, you should think about these things, which is, what is he really saying here? Well, Theo loves type safety. I love type safety. We love the same thing. We've just come to two different conclusions. My conclusion is that use protobufs and just use a language that's designed for the back end. Again, go. It's just really simple. Sponsored stream? This is not a sponsored stream. Theo's paid me to react to this.
So think of this almost as the stability of what you're building and the API layer of what you've made against the amount of use that it gets. Somebody said, isn't the x-axis just time? And it is absolutely not time, because some projects will scale to millions of users using really simple tech without any cost if they're just static deployments in the end. But there are some projects that do crazy things like machine learning, where 100 users could cost you thousands of dollars a month. It entirely depends on what you're building, how much this x-axis even exists, much less how much it costs as you traverse it. Because for some companies, as the amount of use goes up, their costs don't go up a lot. But for others, they go up monumentally. For us at Ping, the costs of our services haven't gone up a whole lot, even though we've been DDoSed for terabytes upon terabytes of traffic in minutes. And that's because the models that we've built with, the caching that we're using, and our focus on building simple solutions keeps our costs and our iteration speed really low. But I could absolutely see a future where we want to rethink how we're doing that and take certain things we've built and move them to a more performant solution. This line.
I also like that take right there, which is use caching. That's really the answer to most problems, is just use caching. Caching solves so much until you have a caching problem. Then it's one of the worst problems in the universe to figure out what the hell's going on. I hate caching, but I love caching. Caching is so fantastic, but I hate caching. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Caching. I love it. And then I hate it. And then I love, and then I hate it. And then I love caching. But then I just hate caching so much. Sweet cache and validation. Oh, it's even better, client-side caching. Love client-side caching. Isn't it just the funnest? It's just the bestest. It's just the bestest.
And that I drew earlier, what I like to refer to this as is the line of Prime. I call it that because our good friend of the channel.
Look, that's me. I'm still wearing a hoodie. Look at my mustache. See, I had the mustache first. Do you see that? There's Madison. She doesn't have a mustache. There's Penis or Mark. I call him Penis. His name's Penis. Don't let anyone fool you. His name's actually Penis, but he goes by Mark. Mark doesn't have a mustache. Theo doesn't have a mustache. I have a mustache. Okay?
PrimeaGen is a fantastic person to hire when it's time to start saving money. The difference here is Prime is who you hire when you're trying to save money. But there's also arguably a line here, which I'll call the T3 line. Or I should call it the Theo line. And this Theo line is the point at which I, in my way of building, stops being as useful to you. If you, day one, are building...
What's the area under this box?
An API and you know exactly what the shape of that thing is going to be and you never have to worry about changing it in the future, you don't need to listen to most of what I say. Most of what I say is for people who aren't necessarily sure that the thing they're building is going to be correct next year, and they want to be able to iterate quickly, make mistakes and clean them up fast, and onboard new engineers and new team. You don't know if next year your team's going to be 0 people or 20 people, so you just want to get moving and get there. That is how my technical decisions are usually made. It doesn't matter if you're a small company or a big company. Every project has some amount of uncertainty this way at some point in its development cycle. And
when we were at Netflix, my time being at Netflix, it's funny because we went from Groovy, arguably one of the worst languages ever created, to Node. And we didn't ship any software that faster, right? It's still like all the same speed, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these shipping things were one language is claiming to be much faster. Yeah, Groovy is just Java -- plus JavaScript. It's like you get the worst of every world combined, and that's what you get. It's like one of those funny things where, I don't know, I guess I never really bought into this idea that one language makes it super easy, and all other languages are just harder. I think Rust makes it hard, but Rust is unique. Groovy kind of made it hard, but, we could kind of figure it out. Groovy is literally the worst. We also had RxJS in Groovy. Okay, we actually had, it was called WX for a while. okay? I want you to think about that for a second. We had the most annoying thing ever mixed in the most annoying language ever. It was beautiful. You know how many features I shipped with that? Tons of features. Okay, I built tons of features with it. Crushed it. Okay, crushed.
I like building around that because it's our role, especially as tech leads, to prepare our teams for the uncertainty that makes the job so hard. So there's a point here where I would argue above this line, everything Theo says is very useful. So in this range here, Theo makes really good advice. In this range here, Theo's probably doing more damage than good. In the same vein, on this side, Prime is absolutely incredible, and his way of doing things
Theo.
needs to be listened to more. I've heard some horror stories of obvious, huge money savings he could bring places he works that were declined because leadership didn't understand his role, arguably.
That did happen. Me and some coding guy and another guy went off and tried to make a great improvement at Netflix, showed great money, showed savings, and they just said no. That was a long time ago, though. That was a long time ago. Things have changed. We'll see what happens. It's a good video. I like the video. It's very long, and I think that you guys should go and watch this. Because, I kind of feel bad. Like, I don't want to just take all of his sweet views. It's a very well-performing video. Look at that. He's 2 days in. He's doing great. He's crushing it. So you should finish watching the video. It's tasty. Yeah, I like the video. It's a good video. But I don't want to just take all of his views right now, right? I'm still, like, really thinking about the whole React video content, and I don't really know what to do with it. You know what I mean? And so I really like reading articles. Why do you hate React? I just think it's the wrong model. You know what I mean? YouTube, view, edging, Lord. Yeah. Watch the video. Finish watching the video. Subscribe. Am I not subscribed on this account? Oh, I'm not subscribed on this account. I'm subscribed on my other one. I actually try not to. By the way, did you just see the wonders of the Google algorithm here? I was able to go to YouTube and find Theo's stuff without being subscribed. Okay? I want you to remember that. You don't have to be subscribed. Just saying. Hold on, did I get a... Sorry. All right. Which one instead of React? I like SolidJS better. I think SolidJS just... I guess it fits my brain better, maybe is the way to put it. Can we watch Ruthless Aggression of the Old School? No, we're not going to watch this. Not going to do it. Ruthless Aggression of the Old School? I watched this one. Is that Royce Gracie? Is that what I'm looking at? Is that Royce himself? Didn't he, like, hold down Mr. Gracie for an exceptionally long period of time, and then ultimately in the end, Gracie comes back and wins? Thoughts on Zoom? I don't know. I don't know. The R sound, yeah, I've always called him Hoist Gracie, but I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be how you say it. And then I saw it spelt, and then I felt like an idiot because I'm like, I thought it was Hoist Gracie. But it's an R, and now I feel stupid, and so then I don't even know. You know what I mean? The R is an H in Portuguese. Okay, that makes sense. So I should have just stuck with Hoist Gracie. I just felt stupid once I saw it spelled with an R. I thought I would just... Because, I called it motorcycle for almost my entire life. Can I just say one thing? Let's see. Can I just say one thing that always bothers me about the way Theo talks is, about this is he paints the picture that one, JavaScript lang makes it easy to ship and solve simple problems easily. And two, it will always be that way, except for none of those tools existed before someone made them. So at some point in the past, it wasn't the easiest lang to do, but someone innovated and made some things easier. So what if you did that for another language or ecosystem? Exactly. I mean, this is a good point, which is just like, it doesn't have to be. There's no one solution. Yeah, I think Laravel probably has like a really good chance to be. It's probably an amazing ecosystem, right? Every time I look at it, every time I hear someone talks about it, it's fantastic. People love it. I don't like PHP, but people love it. And so I just sit there and think, am I missing something? Am I the loser in this situation? Right? I could be the loser. And so I do agree with that, which is just because it doesn't mean that it's the best. Do you know Dr. Disrespect personally? No. Guy? No. You're not a loser. Not ignored. I know. You're welcome. No, but I really do agree with your sentiment. It's that same thing. You know, it's always the same sentiment, which is, I think, as programmers, get trapped in local optimas constantly. And so there's this problem that exists where you see something and you can solve it with a tool. And then you get good at the tool. And then you start using the tool for everything. A local optima. Here. X. Yeah, I made that. No. All right. So typically when you're solving a problem looks like this. Like a problem looks like this, right? So there you go. That's a problem. And so this would be a very simple problem, very easy to find it. This is like what a greedy algorithm would look like. You could figure out how to solve the problem by just simply waiting until you get to the highest point, call that your highest point, and then everything else right here you skip. So greedy algorithm, it can solve it. Super, super simple, right? Well, then you start getting into problems that are like more like NP hard problems, and the problem space looks something like this, right? Where you have no idea where the actual maximum point is, but it's right there. But it's hard to solve. So like multicast Dijkstra's shortest path. That'd be an example, like Dijkstra's. You almost had it, multicast Dijkstra's, right? Good job, though. Good job. So, or are you talking about greedy as in Dijkstra's greedy? Yes, Dijkstra's greedy for a simple problem is very, very good, but multicast would be Dijkstra's, it would be considered NP hard, right? And so then on top of that, there's NP complete, which looks like this, but if you zoom in, every one of these, every little single point along the way looks like this again, right? So it's just spiky everywhere forever and forever and forever. It's like a fractal, right? You could zoom in forever into how impossible it becomes, right? So that's kind of like how you can think about it. And what I think often happens as developers is that we see a problem, right? And so here's a simple problem, right? Is that we go on here and we have to write JavaScript for the front end. So someone at some point makes jQuery, right? jQuery, it's solved a lot of problems. Then at some point, someone made a React and JSX, and they're like, oh, this is great. And then Node also started happening somewhere around here. Node started happening. And then we just tried to solve all these problems. And there's probably a good level of solving problems with JavaScript that can exist, right? But if you were able to zoom it out, what you might end up seeing is that in a different language, there's a higher point that's much, much higher for solving a specific problem. Say the back end, right? And someone who has to work on extensive JavaScript projects, and they're all in TypeScript, and I'm pretty good at writing TypeScript, it's not always that simple. There's a lot of problems that just slip in and creep in and just kind of like just are super, super annoying. And so it's like I wouldn't try to compile Go into WASM to use on the front end. It'd just be a huge pain in the ass. It's not worth it. And so I don't think all problems are just simply solved. Now, I think there's a lot of cool technologies that have recently come out, like HTMX. I don't know how long it's been out, but I want to try it out. Is it actually cool? Is it actually going to be something that changes this curve? Is HTMX going to look like this, or is it going to look like that? I don't know which one it's going to be. What about OCaml? Is OCaml going to be fun to write? I don't know, right? Is OCaml going to be a great language for the backend? I want to try. I've never really done a functional language, but I want to try. You know what I mean? I want to give it a shot, see if it's good or not. The graph looks like a PP, does it? Here, I'll help you. There you go. Nice shafty graph there. Thank you. Are you a front end or back end in Netflix? Neither. I build tools, so I do front end, back end, sideways, and ass end. And I'm like, I like to pretend like I'm the horse graph. You know what I mean? Pretty horse picture meme, right? I like to pretend I'm the pretty horse picture meme. Where's the pretty horse picture meme? Where is it? Drawing. What is it called? Yeah. So I like to pretend I work right here. You know what I mean? That's where I work, okay? I'm not on the front end. I'm not on the back end. I'm like right here, okay? I'm on dong end, okay? I'm the dong end, okay, Risk Runner? I'm dong end, okay? I'm balls. That's what I do. Dick end? Yeah, and shaft end. I'm shaft end. Christ. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at. It's not beautiful. It is what it is. You just got to take it 1 inch at a time. Staff. Be cool, everyone. Yeah, that's right. Big and bot. Sounds like a dream job. I like my job quite a bit. I think it's really, really amazing. Dong-driven development. The old triple Ds, huh?
Welcome to Costco.
I love you. All right, let's do some thank yous.
Welcome to Costco.
He's a dicked guy. I'm literally the dicked guy. But real talk, hey, one more time.
I love you.
If anyone has something negative to say
Welcome
about
to
Theo
Costco.
or just any other
I love
streamer,
you.
like I don't want to do the negative stuff here, you know? If
Welcome
you
to
notice that I
Costco.
really do try to stay
I
out of
love you.
drama. I try never to intersect myself into drama. And I want you guys to kind of follow that same principle, which is we should just try to be positive. Like everybody should just simply agree that we can all make fun of trash dev, and other than that, we should all be super positive, okay? And so I want you to know that. Like I'm just not going to be a part of, you know, I'm just not a drama guy, you know? Also trash, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Understandable. Talk unsigned things about, yeah. I only talk signed things, okay? Oh, unsigned things. Wait,
Welcome
yeah.
to Costco.
Positive
I
signed
love
things.
you.
Wait, shit. I totally ruined that one. You're very smart. I'm stupid. Okay, great joke. And Tom's a genius. And I'm an idiot.
Welcome
Gismal,
to
not
Costco.
cool. Trash is about
I
to
love
die
you.
in a 10K. I know Trash is warming up for a 10K by eating brownies. I'm not sure he's going to be doing a good job. What language should I main? You know, your question's beautiful. I think you shouldn't try to main a language yet. If you're brand new, don't main a language.
Welcome to Costco. I
Don't
love
main a
you.
language when you first start out. Just program in something for a while. Just pick one, try it out for a while, get good at it. You're already doing it in C, so you already have the proper main, right? You have the truest and properest of main. Once you do that, find something you like, right? Just start with Go and never leave it. Yeah, Go. I mean, Go's an easy W. Go, there's lots of back-end jobs that are available. You can build quite a bit of things with it. It's pretty straightforward.
This goes out
It's
to
straight,
the
you know.
Primeagen.
Hey, Clamker. That's what I called you earlier. Common, Copium W. You know, Copium, I mean, the thing about Go is it's also really unfun to write. Like, real talk, I am going to be very, very serious about this. Go is extremely unfun to write. You know what I mean? I am not loving Go. But Go is a really great language. You know what I mean? It's a really great language. It's super simple. And anyone can learn it in like a day. You can just go, if you had to get thrown into a code base, the amount, like imagine having to go and look at a library in TypeScript. Like if you've ever done library dev with TypeScript, the insanity that ensues, you write a type system and you write the logic for it. It is really, really, really annoying. With Go, it just doesn't have it. You know, it's just super simple. Go is funny because people have such divergent opinions about it. I mostly love it. Yeah, like the thing about Go, like I said, I don't want to program in it, but I will, right? Like if I just had to start a quick service and get some stuff up, I'd probably use Go. Go is boring, but it's so good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, all of his critiques here, I thought were all fairly boring. Real talk. I read this at one point. I thought they were super, super boring. Like the one about what's it called? About like the file system, about the path. Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely right. There's this whole problem. I don't care that you're like, I don't care about supporting Windows. I want to be completely and honest about that. I don't care about the whole, like, there's this other thing with file naming and strings in Go where technically a file name doesn't necessarily work well, because you can name files in non-UTF encoding, and therefore you can blow something up. I also don't care about that. Like, if you name your file with non-UTF-8 encoding, you're just being a jackass, and you deserve to have a problem. I just think it's stupid, right? And there's some things that, you know, whatever, you know, I don't care, right? I don't really care about that. And so some of his critiques when I read this, I just thought they weren't great. You know what I mean? They weren't great. I think that simplicity has led to a lot of problems. I do agree with his take on this one, which is when things are too simple and your language is not expressive enough, some problems become very repetitive and you end up writing too many similar codes. You know, I'll take my non-Netflix options for 500, not about supporting Windows. Oh, yeah. I don't support Windows. I don't care about supporting Windows. I'm not going to read that. I am so over AI articles, I'll never read them again. Hey, AI, was that an AI article? I'm going to save this image. I already saved that image. I'm going to go over to Twitter. Every time I see someone talking positively about AI, I think I imagine this image. There you go. I'll just be nice and... No, I don't even want to say it that way. How do I want to say it? I want to say it some way. I want to find someone... Oh, wait, hold on. Is that Ben Holmes? Is he talking about AI? You know what? AI in the terminal kind of makes sense. Boom. Jump in here. Go in here. Look at that. I only had to scroll one more. Boom. Tweet it. Suck on that, Ben Holmes. Right? That's what you got to do. Now that we've done that, can we also ratio him? Hey, kids, let's ratio him. Come on, kids, let's go get him. AI in the terminal. Actually, I actually really agree with AI in the terminal. I think it's actually a really good idea. Like, I genuinely think it's a super good idea. Ratio plus L. Is this kinesis columnar or staggered? It is called columnar. Columnar. All right, and got ratioed. But real talk, AI in the terminal is actually really good. I actually would really like to use it. I think it sounds great. I just love the fact that we just hit him with the unnecessary dick writing. I just love that, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait, you know, for him to see this. I want to know what it is. W, but still a ratio. It is. It's a W. I posted my share of ratio plus L's on his post.
Welcome
so, yeah.
to Costco.
It's fun to do. I am stupid. Thank you. I actually really do love the helpful parts about AI. So okay. I kind of want to do something that, you know, like, I already gave all my thoughts about that. Oh my goodness, thank you for the $2.
AI in the terminal is such a fantastic idea. I can't wait to RMRF my home directory.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
You know, Shivers, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1. That made me really think about something. Imagine this. I know you did. Look at him. He's all like, AI is super great. Just tossed him out with like an excessive dick writing. Oh, no. It's so good. But still ratio. Dude, I know. I agree with him. But I just got to. I'm going to start replying to like every AI post I see with that. You know? Okay, Adam. He's great. Look at that. He's considering El Laravel. I like Adam. Or sorry, not Adam. Aaron. What am I saying? I'm supposed to have lunch with Aaron next week. 30-hour ping. 30-hour ping? What? Anyways, there was one more article I did want to read. The problem is I really didn't do anything on stream today. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We literally did nothing. Somehow, we're 2 hours in. I've successfully read one article that I didn't just rage quit. And that's it. I'm tired of the AI one. You had fun? I had fun. But I wanted to accomplish something. You know what I mean? The problem is I'm going out of town next week. Oh my goodness, Pig Pog for the win. Thank you very much, Leonidas. Thank you very much, Sheriff.
Welcome to Costco.
A lot of new people. I appreciate all that. And Clemker, you're brand new pretty much today, aren't you? Thank you for all that. By the way, that's Pick. Look at Pick. Looks so good. It's the PMSHooker show. You're going to have a chat show every so often. Yeah, I like to have a chat show. You know what I mean? I had some good videos. I know. I should have just stuck to my list. See, the problem is that I decided... I always like doing what you guys say, okay?
Welcome to
Like, when you just
Costco.
toss me some
I
articles,
love you.
it's very exciting. Hey, Sven Nord, 30-hour ping to Voyager 2. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. But...
Oh, that scared me.
Fine, I'll read one more. Sprees, thank you very much. I'll read one more. Damn it, I'm turning off alerts. We're reading one more. $5 a month. Okay, we're doing one more. Sprees again, thank you. Clamker, my goodness. Okay, look at this. Leonidas came in 13 months on Twitch Prime. Do you know how hard that is? My goodness, pickpock for the win. Thank you very much for that. Many appreciations. That Marker. Dark Side of Rust. In Lex podcast, Zuck goes over why he did layoffs. Oh, really? I don't care. All right, everybody. There's been excessive dick riding on Rust, so we are gonna solve that problem now. Am I allowed to say that? Okay. Flip, take that out. Flip, don't put that in here. All right, here we go. The dark side of the Rust language. Are you ready for this one? Rust is an amazing language. If you follow my blog activity and you know me in person, you might know I'm really invested in Rust in the last 12 months and also blogging a lot about Rust. Now, I want to do something different. I do not want to paint a rosy picture of Rust. I do believe trade-offs matter, and you only know something true when you know the cons. Yeah, I agree with this. This is good. Okay, this is a good start. This is a good start. There are some problems I will expose in this blog, and not related to Rust only, but related to the fact about two other factors. A, new languages. B, Rust has a plus 10 years, however, still not mainstream, and I consider it a new language. And B, a new paradigm/approach. Everything you deviate from standard copium, you will face resistance. I saw it happens. I saw it happens a lot with other languages like Scala and Clojure. These problems happen in Rust, but I want to make it absolutely clear they are not unique to Rust. So let's get started. Let's start with the good things. Okay, what are the good things? Sorry, I was having trouble reading that. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure what just happened there, but I couldn't read there for a second. The great things about Rust. Before talking about Rust benefits, you might want to talk. Let's see. You might want to take a look. Okay, maybe I'm not the one having, maybe I'm not having the hard time reading. Maybe it's just some of the words in there are incorrect. You may want to take a look into some of the blog posts I made about Rust. Rust, the language of the future, rich type system. I love the type system. Rust and Java interoperability. Why would you write Java? Rust service and Kubernetes is only 3.5 megs. Let's go. Building a microservices with Rust. Let's go. Axum/Actix. Now let's talk about Rust language benefits. Live. Rust is a live language. It has a community, tech events, new ideas. I mean, we all know about the tech events, am I right? And libraries are flowing and popping up every single day. I would argue this is one of the most desirable properties of a language. You want to be where the innovation is happening. Interoperability. Rust plays well with pretty much all other languages. I thought this was the opposite. I thought Rust is not that great. I thought the interoperability with C++ kind of sucks with Rust, because of all the issues it has to do with being from safe language to inherently unsafe language, right? Glazing. I thought this was like one of the reasons why Zig is so amazing is that it just is much better at that, right? Anyways, it's easy to invoke this language from Rust and vice versa. For this reason, Rust is really great for embedded systems and IoT. I think Rust is really great for IoT or embedded systems, because if I'm going to make some sort of system that could accidentally crush my hand, I would rather have it crush my hand because I'm a horrible programmer, not because I had some sort of like oopsie daisy in my programming because I'm a dum-dum, right? I would rather have it that I actually made a thing that just is like the hand crushing module and I accidentally crushed my hand, not because I was just like, well, I thought I was writing good C, but it turns out I pointed to the wrong thing and just, yeah, right? Easy to read. Rust code is obvious. This is very untrue. I think Rust code is not easy to read. Once you get beyond a simple application, Rust code becomes excessively hard to read. You have to really, 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 really know what you're doing. to read Rust code, right? There's definitely an arc of expertise that's required in Rust. It has a very deep side to it, and I love that about the language. I love it a lot about the language, but it's not obvious. It's not easy. I don't think the syntax is weird. I think the syntax is different, right? And that's a big thing, is that just because syntax is different doesn't make it weird. The first time you looked at syntax, the first time you learned some other syntax, it was weird, right? I started off in PHP. There's like colons and dollar signs and all sorts of shit everywhere. Like, that's weird, but it felt normal. And then when I got done with it, it wasn't normal anymore. You know what I mean? It's very easy syntax and therefore very easy to read code. The ability to easily read code is important from maintenance perspective and for learning. Again, I just don't think that's a real thing. Functional vein. Rust allows functional programming. You have lambdas, optional, map, find, filter, and much more. Functional programming is a really great paradigm, and modern languages need to embrace it, at least partially. I think that's one thing that Rust has done really, really well, which is like, it's functional light. Like, it has most of the things you'd ever want. You know what I mean? Memory allocation. Rust really forces you to think about memory allocation and memory management. I actually feel it's quite the opposite. I feel with Rust, you don't think about memory at all, right? Like, ever. You just do it. And when something's slow, you're like, I'm probably allocating on the heap. I mean, there's like a simple rule. If you put it in a container, it's probably on the heap. If it's not in a container, it's probably on the stack, right? If it's in a box, it's on the heap. If it's in an RC, it's on the heap. If it's in a ref cell, it's on the heap, right? Like, I find that you think, one reason why I like Rust is I don't think about memory allocations. And that's what I like. Zero cost abstraction, I love this too, because iterators they disappear when you compile. Another great Rust capability. Several languages have great syntactical sugar and features. However, often using the abstractions are slow compared with the standard features. Yeah, I love this. So I love that where iterators, they don't cost, right? Fantastic. Rust library variety. Rust has a great variety of libs and ecosystem. Yeah. Only 35,000 libraries. I could get 35,000 libraries in NPM by installing LeftPad. Okay, you think that's amazing? Please. All right. Speed. Rust is super fast, faster than Java, Go, C++. Okay, it's not faster than C++. I would even argue that it's hard to make it faster than Go. I would say that you have to be pretty slick at Rust to make it faster than Go. So Rust is only slow compared with C. No, I mean, the statement doesn't make any sense. Compared with high-level languages like Java, .NET. .NET's not a language. Go, Python, Ruby. Rust is super fast. Well, Ruby's technically, I think I could beat Ruby in a foot race. Rust is super fast and much better than these languages in a sense of speed. This means doing less with more, saving costs if you're running on the cloud, and better user experience. Safe. Rust is also super safe. It's true, as long as you don't use the unsafe feature. And even then, it's still pretty safe. This is one of the main advantages of Rust. The compiler is really your friend and catches many things. WebAssembly. WebAssembly is the future of the web. You know, I sometimes deep down inside my inners, when I hear the term WebAssembly is the future of the web, I also think about 2023 is the year of the Linux desktop. You know what I mean? Do you ever feel that? Do you ever feel that by any chance? You know, you guys called a flag on the play right now? It could. And the implementations are in Rust. This is another very attractive point of the language. I do agree that it is, I think, the best WebAssembly language right now. Small binary, small footprint. Is that true? I don't know the binary sizes. I've never compared them. Rust is not a memory sucker like Java. Suck my memory, Java! Rust generates a very small self-contained binaries, which are usually great for containers like Docker and cluster managers like Kubernetes. Great for concurrency. Rust has a strong, is also strong. You know, I don't always think Rust is great for concurrency. I mean, it's great for correctness. Don't get me wrong. It's great for correctness. It's not always like, it's not a dynamite at concurrency, right? Because one of the problems one of the problems that I don't like about Rust is that, like, there's things you can do in C++ that are kind of unique because you have this whole separation of mutex, whereas often the mutex contains a piece of data. And so you'd have to do something kind of silly to make it so that you could have multiple parts be mutex, but not all parts be mutext, right? It's kind of like I don't know. I always find it like a kind of an interesting... It's an interesting argument. I don't think that it's fantastic for concurrency, but I think it makes it really easy to do the right thing, which in most cases is great for concurrency. Right? For the most part, that's like what you want. Better than Go? I wouldn't say it's better than Go. I would say that it's different than Go. Go, you run into the same problem, but you run into that into any language, which is you try to read and write to the same resource, right? That's like a very classic thing. And so they have mutexes. We can mutacy. And so it's not, but the difference is that I can also just hand you something, and if you're in a different thread, I don't have to think about it, right? Here's the thing, it doesn't need to be behind an arc mutex, so when I pass it, I don't have to pass something that has this atomic reference counting, then on top of it, I have to unlock it to use it, right? Like, I can just give you something, and you can use it. There is a performance advantage there to just not caring, right? And so it's not a 100%, right? It's not just like, oh, it's better. So that's what I mean. It's like there's trade-offs. The thing about Rust, though, is when you cross that thread boundary, you are guaranteed to be doing it the right way. And so, yeah, correct is better than fast. So that's the one nice part, is that you are forced to do it the right way, but you may accidentally write something that's slower. Are you still learning Zig? Yeah, I wrote a little bit of Zig yesterday. Small market. Currently, there are a few companies using Rust. Yep. The dark sides of Rust. Okay, so this is a real thing. Therefore, few programmers and few job offers. I do believe the market size will increase. I do too. But if you need massive number of developers now and cannot afford their education, Rust is... So I disagree with this point. I think that if I tweeted right now, I have 3 open positions, I could fill it within the afternoon. Right? Like, I think there's there's a larger, hungrier crowd than the positions that are available. I don't think it'd be hard at all to hire Rust devs right now. Too many strings. Rust has an issue with strings. Rust has 6 string types: string, stir, C-stir, C-stir, OS-stir, OS-stir, which makes it complicated and confusing. Some functions return stir. There's also a cow string. Where's this cow string? Moo, right? You have that 2 glossy UTF-8 or whatever it is. Anyway, some functions return string. I might just be wrong. There's also pathbuff. Don't forget pathbuff, which is really just a string. You know, it's a string that allows for that non-UTF-8 encoding just for this one little tiny little thing. Copy on write. Copy on, Orville write, yeah. Moo me daddy. Wow. Slow compilation, yep. This is true. This is actually a real problem, though it's not a real problem. It's both a real problem and a non-real problem. As you have 200 plus dependencies, you'll see compilation become super slow. Everything, or almost everything is statically linked, which makes compilation slow. You have a lot of outdated libs in your file system. Okay. IDE support is not ideal. I'm VS Code. I am VS Code is the best option so far. It really isn't. So this article must be older. It must be older because Rust Analyzer is fantastic. Right? It's fantastic, right? So I'd say Rust Analyzer might be one of the best. Might be one of the best on the markets. Honestly, it's one of the best language servers I've seen yet. Libraries, low maturity. Several libs are incomplete and immature. Often you find poor documentation and documentation that is not up to date. This makes using a library always an adventure because you need to look at the source code. And guess what? The source code's not always all that easy to look at. Let's see. Rust is not for beginners. Yep, this is true. I don't know about that. I'm curious if this is true. I guess because I can never relearn for the first time. Is Rust not for beginners? Like, if you had no concept of programming, ownership and borrowing, I thought ownership and borrowing was really straightforward. Like, I read one small version of what it does, and it makes perfect sense, right? There's the thing, then there's things that refer to the thing. I don't know. I didn't find it very confusing at all. And so I'm a beginner, and I find it very easy. I'm very curious about it because in the sense, like, If you knew no other paradigm, would Rust be hard to learn? Would it be harder to learn than, say, C? Ownership and borrowing were easier for me to grok than scope. That's super interesting. Okay. C is simple. C is simple, but it's also hard. Right? It's both simple and hard. C, to just to like know what C can do, it's very, very simple. But to do something in C and to actually get experience is really hard. Right? Pointers are difficult to grok, right? So like there is that whole aspect. Like you could learn the syntax in an afternoon, but to know how pointers work, why you'd want to use double pointers, a const pointer to a const versus a pointer to a const versus a const pointer to a value, right? Like what's the thing going on there, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff there. The compiler is very helpful. Yep. C is easy to behave undefined. Yes. Melky just posted your nipples on Twitter. Nice, Bertrand. Let's get those nipples up. Also, shout out to Melky. Come on, Melky, give me them nips. Where's this nips? Is it right here? Nope. Where is it? Where's my nipples? I don't see my nipples. Link it or it didn't happen. Okay, let's go back to this thing. Rust is a great language, and I believe Rust will grow a lot in the new years. Documentation, library maturity, jobs, engineers, tooling support issues tend to get fixed. However, borrow and ownership is not going away, so you'll be required to learn. Yeah, I really and truly don't think. Look at those nipples. You like that? I took a picture of myself. I've been getting in shape, okay? People asked for it, and I gave it to them, okay? This is what 37 looks like, okay? Thirst trap. I'm sorry. You know, I actually am always a little embarrassed to know that there's a naked photo of me. Look at that. Look at that one pack. I have one pack. I have a singular item called a stomach. Anyways. It's called a keg? Yeah, I'm kegged. I'm kegged up. Let's see. Would you call async race conditions race conditions? So it depends on what you mean by async race conditions. Are you talking about, because there's two different things. There's data races, which is usually you're trying to read and write to the same location. And then there's just race conditions, which is like a Boolean trap, right? You want it to be true or false, and two things are trying to set it, and you're trying to, and your program stops working because something finished before it was supposed to. That I would just call that a general race condition. Race condition is where concurrency happens and the outcome is inconsistent because of the ordering in which it finishes. Then there's the specificity, which is like a data race. Yeah. Yeah. Joke's old. Come on. How would you ever understand as a beginner why you need the borrow checker and its rules? How would you ever understand that there's any other way to program? Right? Like you're what you're doing to a beginner is you're giving them knowledge they don't have yet. Right? If you're like, here, do it in Rust. You can do that in Rust, right? That is a pointer to a function. Hold on. I think I can read this. Hold on. I think I could read this. My C is not that great. I think I could read this. Okay, so what do we have here? We have what appears to be a function that returns a function that doesn't. Am I saying that right? It's a function that returns a pointer to a function that doesn't return anything. Is that right? I always am so bad on. I'm so bad on these things. The best way to learn something new is to put your existing knowledge at the door. Very true. But anyways, so this article, I think one thing they didn't do well in this article is they're too Rust positive. Like, if you're going to say the dark sides of Rust, I expect you to kind of think about it a little bit more, which is, what is the cost of larger refactors? Does it have the same, like the type system can become a pain to work with sometimes. I think enums, they're fantastic, but they also can be a pain in the ass every now and then. Oh, yes, that's casting. You're right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm such a stupid. Yes, this casts foo to a function. Is that right? This casts foo to a function pointer and executes it? I don't know. Enums are super simple. Enums are super, super simple. They're not hard. But like just go use it for just a moment. But I think that one thing about Rust that makes it super hard is that due to the expressive nature of Rust, it's really easy to express a problem incorrectly. Does that make sense? And so you'll think that you got a good idea, and you'll start going down this path, and you'll express a type that might be nice with what you're doing in the beginning, but as you scale it, it's all incorrect, and you effectively have to redo your types. And so, you know what I mean? Like it's a hard thought process. I haven't had to do a ton with lifetimes, and so I don't know how hard lifetimes really are. A Rust async is kind of clunky. I agree with that. You know, it's definitely not a W. Well, weird. When I press backspace, it wasn't working. Async traits generics is really hard. Absolutely. Impls aren't super used. Like they're super pain in the asses every time I start trying to use more and more impls. So same with other langs. Well, other langs don't have the borrow checker, and so that tends to remove a lot of problems. As far as type systems go, it depends on the expressivity of your types, right? So one thing that goes good at is that types are so simple, you can't create a really complex set of types. And without really complex set of types, you can create, you know, when you need the refactor is very one-dimensional. TypeScript has the same problem, which TypeScript, you can create really complex types, and when you need to refactor, the refactoring becomes much more difficult. Does that make sense? That might be just a pure experience thing that's kind of hard to describe, but I find that the richer the type system is, the easier it is to express problems, but the harder it is to change it. Thank you, Vim Rookie. There you go. But it's harder to do without good types. Yeah, exactly. So it's a trade-off. I'm not saying one's better. I still don't know if I think one is better than the other. Honestly, like real talk, I don't know which one I think is better. That's why I'm actually super OCaml curious, because when you look at OCaml, it just has a lot less typing and really great inference, and I wonder if that is actually easier to write and refactor. I don't know. Like, I truly don't know, and so that's why I'm just very curious about that. And so I want to take some time and actually learn it and try to, you know, get good at it. Anyways, there you go. That's my thought. Rust of the Dark Side. There you go. Hey, guess what? The name is ThePrimeagen. No, I didn't know that I didn't realize there was a bunch of layoffs just recently. OCaml stream when? Soon. I want to finish more of the compiler book. I want to get really far into the compiler book. Tell them to subscribe. I never remember to do that. Honestly, I never do. I feel like such a doo-doo head. I do feel like a doo-doo head. Lay off these nuts. Damn, son. By the way, see, this AI article was cool. AI discovers faster algorithms. I loved this article. This one did fantastic. This one's actually interesting. Anyway, all right. I already said the name is. Bye, everybody. I gotta go. And Vim Rookie, I'm sorry that you got laid off. Honestly, I hate hearing that stuff. It just makes me... I always think about what would happen if I got laid off, and I feel like I like internalize it, and I just deeply feel it, and it makes me sad. You know what I mean? So I sure hope you're not. I sure hope you're not struggling. Do come over to OCaml. Teach has me a lispy type hater convinced too. Okay, just came. I just came from the AI Discover video. Yeah, I think it's a good video. It's really cool. Like, for me, this is a super cool video. Like, I want to hear more about AI with that, right? That's cool. I don't want to hear any more about jobs being stolen, because there's this whole idea with AI that there's a zero-sum game, right? That there's X amount of jobs, and AI will take some portion, some C of X. But the reality is that when we created a computer that took a lot of jobs, it's also created a lot of jobs, right? Like the dishwasher didn't somehow take people's jobs, right? Somehow there's new jobs, right? And so it's like, it's this idea that people like, there's like this zero-sum game people play, which I just don't think exists. Not in our lifetime. Maybe at some point when robots can create robots that create robots and get better at a rate in which we can never predict, and then do literally everything for everybody, then yes, that will probably be the day that AIs steal your job, right? Imagine all the abacus people who freaked out about calculator. Exactly. AI plus robotics equals UBI. I don't know. The problem. So my main problem I have with this whole argument is that humans thrive off of meaning, right? We have to believe we have meaning. We have to believe we have purpose. We have to believe we derive some sort of value. And so there's this whole thing that happens where if UBI happened and we never had to do anything, I think humans would have like literally the lowest happiness ever. I don't know. Personal thought. If you were fired, what type of jobs, companies would you consider? I don't know. Clean your room. I know. You know, I mean, I personally, I'd really struggle, right? People need to pursue, need a purpose, yet money will make them stop doing stuff. No, UBI, that's the thing is, so you say this like this, but here's the deal. If you had infinite money and you never thought about it, and there's entertainment everywhere, the likelihood you would not like that you would actually pursue a mastery in a craft would be exceptionally small. Very few people would. The majority simply wouldn't. You know? Hedonistic pleasure. Yeah. They call it the hedonistic treadmill. Is that what it is? I forget what it's called. And so it's very, very hard to like keep on doing something. Yeah. I think it's going to transform the neurons. UBI is not infinite money. Well, I mean, it just depends. Once you have full autonomy and robots can create anything, right? Just imagine the future where you can just be like, tea, Earl Grey, hot. You know, like, you can create whatever you want. I disagree. I think people would pursue what they love. I don't think so. I think people would pursue I think people would just pursue pleasure. I think you'd become an animal. I think you'd totally lose the human side. I think the higher will would be completely destroyed. Because, you know, as humans, we have two wills, right? We have our lower will and our higher will. And the lower will wins all the time. And the lower will sucks. The lower will is what makes us an animal, right? And I think if you had nothing to work for and access to anything, I think your lower will would just take over. Elden Ring lore, let's go. That's right. You know, like I don't want it to be true. Lower will equals lower will's sex, right? Food. Like there's just the things that just, you know, like here's an example of your lower will versus your higher will. A lot of people you don't think about it, but just think about it this way. You just got done eating dinner. You're full, right? You don't need any more food. And then someone says, would you like some dessert? Now there's one part of you that's like, hell yeah, I'll eat that, right? That's your lower will. Then there's the higher will that's like, you know, I actually don't need to eat this. I'm trying not to consume as much sugar. I should try to be healthier, right? Now you're literally battling what makes you an animal, and you're being a human, right? And so it's like now you have to like you're in the thing. You're in the thing now. You know what I mean? And so, do you choose the higher will or the lower will? I think you have it wrong. Sugar is good. Higher will is the sugar monster. Let's go. Thy name is PrimeagenSocials. Anyways, just thoughts. I am an alpha wold and I deserve dessert. Yeah, I get that. Hey, dude, I've got a scholarship into the boot camp. Oh, nice job. You can do it. Just crush it. What is the blue here? Dude, I don't know. I'm trying. Anyways, good thoughts. I'm just things I've been thinking about a lot lately. I've been thinking about this higher will, lower will thing. I don't even remember who I heard it from. I've just been thinking about it nonstop lately. Just like, what parts of me do I just let be driven by the lower will? I don't know. I've been really, 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 really trying to think about it. Joe Rogan. I don't think it was Joe Rogan. Please don't cancel our subscription on stream end. I won't. I won't. I will never cancel your subscriptions. Wait, you don't cancel your subscriptions. Andrew Tate, I've never heard. I barely know what Andrew Tate looks like. The only thing I know about Andrew Tate is that Dax looks a lot like him. This guy looks a lot like Andrew Tate. That's the only thing I know about Andrew Tate, is he looks something like this guy. The thing about Andrew Tate that makes him... I mean, my wife has kind of talked to me about a couple of things, and apparently there's like a new Andrew Tate guy that steps in. But all I can say is, whenever I hear someone talk like him, they mix things that are good, right? Like, you should want to take control of your life. You should want to try to have ownership. You should want to pursue purpose. And then they mix it all in with a bunch of shit. No, she hates him. She thinks that he's close to something good while being something really horrible at the exact same time, and just leading people terrible, right? And so, like, I don't think you should just treat women like objects. Like, I hate that. I hate that so dang much. And so, like, these people that go out there and just tell you should do that, dude, they are literally going to destroy your life, right? They're giving you advice that destroys your life. I'm going to give exact opposite advice. Go be monogamous. Go learn to love a singular woman, right? Go learn to take your time and find how to love somebody really, really well. Do that. I'll be opposite here. Suck it. I don't care. That's that, right? So that's what I think. It's taken me... I've been married / in a relationship for over... Yeah, I'm talking about you, Lithium, baby. I've been talking about it for now. I've been in a relationship for 15 years. It's exceptionally hard. It's not a simple thing. It's hard, right? Because you have to... But when I say it's exceptionally hard, what I mean by that is that if you are not intentional, every single step, you just start like... it's so easy to drift. And then if you're not quick to correct it, you create a gulf. And it's really crazy how, like, I can totally understand why people get divorced. Like, how easy would it be that if you're not willing to forgive somebody, even if you feel like they should do more things right, or maybe you don't want to have to say you're sorry because you feel like they're partially wrong, right? Like, those are hard. You have to choose to love. You have to choose to love every effing day. And sometimes it's easy and it's wonderful and it's incredible. Like, tonight I get to go golfing with my wife and we're going to have an amazing time, and it's easy to love her tonight. Divergence is real, yeah. I'm on a 10-year relationship. Dang. We would never get a divorce. Neither of us wants to have custody of our kids. Simple thing, have no fun, yeah. Have you tried pickleball? Absolutely. I did pickleball though. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We did a season of pickleball. We played in a league. Me and my wife pickleballed hard. You know, and that's another thing. You watch couples and you can watch it happen, right? Go play pickleball, and all of a sudden when one of them's not that good, you can see the other person visibly become upset. And you're just like, you know, like, you can't do that. You have to encourage. Like, I have to encourage my wife. You got this, babe. Let's do this. Let's crush this, right? It's fun, you know? You can make it fun or you can make it horrible. Is pickleball where you get together in a dark room and have to guess if it's a pickle or something else? No, that's a different game. I believe that's the German Christmas game, Hide the Pickle, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, anyways, I gotta go. I gotta go. There you go. There's my Andrew Tate advice. Learn to find that person, love them super, super well. Be monogamous. Fuck Andrew Tate. Like, I hate that. I hate those people that just tell you to go live ultimate pleasure at all points and never care about anybody else. That's not me.
Welcome to
What
Costco.
was that? Did you
I
see
love
that
you.
little thing come in? Oh, shoot. Yeah! Anyways, that's just me. All right. Hey, look, Healthy Gamer's on. Let's just do that now. Hey, we just got done being all weird, so let's go raid this guy. I'm on hedonism is pretty much never the answer. I'm pretty much on that team.
Reach.
T-Pope?
2 to 3 people.
Yeah, dude, T-Pope, baby. You know it.
Day 20.
All right. Hey, how's there
So you're in a
1,600 of you and only 1,000 in the raid?
Keep
What's
diet
going on
by
here? Bye. Bye.
After Surya Namaskar, meditate.
The real
for
people. Let's see. We are going from
15
Rust language
minutes.
to Rust the game. Yeah, join the raid. Join
Day 21.
the raid. Join the raid.
Namaskar.
Bye. Bye. Yeah,
Nothing
you know,
else.
this happens all the time. People say they can't see this. Harpoon changed my life. Good. Harpoon was really fun to make.
Day 22.
No
screens
bad prompt.
for
Yeah,
the
no, I've
first
noticed that
hour
lately. There's been
of working.
there's a bug with raiding right now where you'll get like 1/3 of the
Workout,
people can't raid because they
read.
can't see it.
Diet. Day 23.
Yeah, Jesus changed my
No
life too.
screens for the first hour of waking.
Hey, take care.
Surya Namaskar.
Enjoy the date. Will do.
Do
Yesterday I
one
couldn't see the
professional
notification,
thing.
but I got left behind. I'm so sorry. I
with
don't want you to be
someone
left behind.
On LinkedIn.
Twitch staff even like,
resume.
yeah, I didn't see it either. That shit's broke. Let's go.
Certifications.
That is so good. If only we had self-healing AI for the future. Where's my AI?